Short arms. I sound like Miyagi from was it Karate Kid when I do that. Ay, Daniel-san. Ay, get it right. There we go. Nope. Ay, ay. Okay, I'm all set here. When was the last time we were on the air? Tuesday?
Tuesday the 11th.
Tuesday was the 11th, so I'm looking for the 12th. That would help. Thanks. Okay. Oh man, it wants me to sign. Holy cow. Honey Bunny, can you help me with this? Yeah, we'll do that. But we'll need it for the final article, and there's no rush for it. And I'm going to go ahead and start. Okay? You ready to push the button? I'm ready to start.
Andy is there.
Roger. 3, 2, 1, go.
The recording has started.
I used to be a Dinar newbie until I watched Frank's UB2B. With a twinkle in his eyes and God by his side, Frank's teachings reaches far and wide. So whenever I need a Dinar fix, I tune into FRANK26. He's got the latest, greatest news from the street. Tune in now, tune in here, this is the Dinar beat. Now take it from me, Frank is no rookie. It's okay, Tink, give this man a cookie.
Later.
You never know what suit he'll be wearing, so I wear my sunglasses because they are so glaring. So whenever I need a Dinar fix, I tune into FRANK26. He's got the latest, greatest news from the street. Tune in now, tune in here, this is the Dinar beat. Sit up, be patient, and get ready. Frank's got some news from Walking Stick and Eddie. Frank breaks down the news and keeps us straight. Come on, Iraq, can you give us the rate? So whenever I need a Dinar fix, I tune into FRANK26. He's got the latest, greatest news from the street. Tune in now, tune in here, this is the Dinar beat. Hey, Tink, I need a cookie.
Later.
Come on, Tink, I deserve some cookies. Cookies, cookies, cookies. Come on, Tink, give up the cookies.
family, welcome to another one of your Frank26 UB2Bs. It is the 15th of February 2025. I greet you in agape love. We are KTFA, which stands for Keep the Faith Always in Our Heavenly Father. Bring this up when you can. Before we do anything, what do? We always go to our Heavenly Father. It's important that we do so. The reason why is because God puts us in the proper frame of mind. God sends the Holy Spirit to help us. Would you please join me? Because I believe that the more people we have praying to God, the more he pays attention to us, maybe, huh? I don't know. Abba, Heavenly Father, I thank you so much for this evening, for this opportunity. I thank you for the knowledge, the information, for our teams. I'm grateful, Father. I'm grateful. You know, Father, recently I learned the reason for the word grateful. The reason for the word grateful, or the reason I mean to say, the reason why I say that I'm grateful. I actually say it a lot. I say I'm grateful, Father, because it causes me to be grateful. It causes me to say grateful. Father, I'm grateful to you for your mercy, your grace, for your love, your Son. I'm so grateful to you. And I'm grateful for tonight, and I ask that you guide me. You guard my tongue, okay? You come into my soul, my spirit, into my mind, okay? Let's do this together. It would be too embarrassing if I did it by myself. I will give you all honor and glory, Father, if you would just give me the strength for these few hours to accomplish this mission for tonight. In the name of your precious Son, by the Holy Spirit, through my faith, I believe, I believe, I believe. Amen. Hi, Andy. I thought you wasn't going to be here. What a surprise.
Yeah, I won't be here tomorrow night.
Okay, for Faith Church service. Gotcha. Okie dokie.
Yeah, for the church service, I won't be there.
Well, not to worry, my brother. It sure is good to have you with us. You go right ahead and blow that shofar.
All right.
What did I say about snow? Amen, amen, amen. Thank you, Brother Andy. Hey, Andy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I was thinking about Snowy. You know, that bird is special. That bird's going to outlive you guys.
Probably will.
Yeah.
He could live another 30 years.
Yeah, it's amazing, these birds, how long they live. But I was thinking about Snowy. You know, it's a blessing that you have that bird. It's a blessing that
27 years we had him, I think.
27. Look at that. He's your family. He's part of your family. And he's a beautiful bird. And he's so friendly. And he's always in the back. He'll always say hi when you blow the shofar. It's like he knows what we're doing. So he wants to say, yes, God, I love you too. He's not.
He keeps looking at my will.
At what?
He keeps looking over my will.
That's okay. That's okay. At least he's not a chain smoking punk sitting there smoking cigarette after cigarette, putting it out in the ashtray and messing up your house. Love you, Andy. God bless you. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Love you guys, and I'll be there at the end.
Roger that. Alrighty, family. We're going to have fun. When don't we? I give all honor and glory to God because we are able to put some stuff together that, hey, you know, it's good. It's impressive. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying, thank you, God. I show gratitude to our Heavenly Father, indeed. Sophie Lee, thank you kindly for your financial contribution. Anybody that wants to help us we appreciate you. If you want to help us with walking stick, we appreciate you as well. Oh, we it's not only just Sophie Lee, but we also have Miss Jeannie and Rebecca Hill. Thank you kindly. God bless all of you that are helping us with financial contributions. And thank you for joining me in that prayer. Before I get to study here with you, you know, family, we do what we want to do. We do what we want to do. And that's why I ask God to join me when I talk to you. I want to make sure that what I say to you is from a source of dignity, honesty, truthfulness. We do what we want to do. And sometimes we just don't want to pray. And it may not be because of lack of faith, but maybe you're sitting in church and the pastor says, would you pray for us to end the service? No, you're too shy. Okay. We do what we want to do. But some people just don't want to pray because that's what they want to do. They don't want to pray because they don't want to. I just thought I'd share that with you. Ladies and gentlemen, everything that we're going to share with you tonight is strictly in my opinion. Strictly in my opinion. How you like my green suit? Especially with this black trimming I got here, huh? What do you think? Not bad, huh? Black and green? No, of course not. I'm not that colorblind. But my point is that everything that I say to you is just strictly my opinion. I'm not here to impress you with a date or a rate. If you're looking for that, please go to some other guru that will teach you on the internet. We're here to talk about the Iraqi dinar and what's happened since we were last together. Oh, and everything that I say is strictly my opinion, right? Okay. With that said, what's the title of your UB2B? What's the title of your UB2B? I'll tell you. Be careful who you study with. Be careful who you study with. You see, for example, there were many calls. There were people in my own form because you go to other places. But thank goodness it was only like 3 people. We have started our study, by the way. Everything I say to you is strictly in my opinion. And what happened was that I had a phone calls, and we had these postings, and Claire calls me, and she says, should I get the shotgun out? I said, no, that's Toy VP's job. Let him do that. I said, you get the sledgehammer out. What's going on? Well, Frank, I don't know. These people are coming into our forum, and they're saying that the Prime Minister of Iraq, Mr. Ali al-Sudani, yeah, Claire said it just like that. They're saying that he's resigned. Resigned from what? What, the bingo club, the Iraqi bingo club? Resigned from what? He's resigned from what? The prime ministership. Really? Yeah. They say that? Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. So let me see. Now, hold on. Eddie is communicating with me. Leave the no-caller ID guy alone. He's just lonely. I don't want to just leave him alone. Cards are to be turned back on early Sunday morning. Oh, early morning. As you know, gentlemen, I like a Sunday to a Monday. Yeah, that we'll talk about this when we get to Eddie's report. So, yeah, it turns out, family, that we had all these people that came into my forum, and you know, when you walk into a room and everybody's sneezing, there's a good chance you're going to catch a cold. So when all these people come into my forum and they say, "Oh, they say," well, did I say it? No, but they say. Well, did I say it? No. Well, then don't ask me the question. No, please tell us. No, I'm. And it gets frustrating because I'm trying to prepare myself for tonight for you guys. But no, instead, we've got stuff like, for example, I think I got it here. Here. I'm not even going to say the gentleman's name, but he does say urgent. It's one of these what do you call it? Bloggers. Yeah, that's the proper word for it. And again, I'm not here to criticize anybody, but you bother me with this? I'm going to bother you with it now. I have valuable information to share with you, but instead I'm going to take time to put, what is the title of your UB2B? Be careful who you study with. That's so important because look, you're at a point where you got to be really careful because there is a big monster, I keep telling you, that's out there that's coming after you. He's going to take everything away from you, and he'll come in many different forms, not just our government. Urgent. Oh, what is so urgent? And very important, says this individual. The Sudanese, now, by the way, before I read all of this, if this turns out to be true, well then, sir, bravo to you. But according to my teams, they're like, no, no. And then when I was given the report on this, it made sense. I know what's going on now. When I asked Eddie about this, he said, well, no, Mr. Frank. okay, that's just double checking. Just double checking. Do you all know what I'm even talking about? Do you know the rumor that was out on the internet that caused a lot of fuckus? Fuckus? Is that a word? Fuckus?
I don't know. Ruckus?
Fuckus?
Ruckus?
Ruckus! I made up a word. Oh, you know they're going to make fun of that.
It's fussing and ruckus.
Fussing and wrecking and whatever is fucking. Okay. I gotta stop saying that word. Hold on, man, I turned red. Muy caliente here. So whoever started this ruckus, it's like walking into a room with somebody sneezing and you catch a cold because of that. I wasn't about to allow the influenza A virus, the common cold, infect my form. I know, right, Galway girl. It is funny. So, anyways, this is what took some of my day away, and this is what's taken away some of your report for tonight. It's already a quarter after. We could have been long deep into the articles by now. Urgent. It is very important. The Sudanese. What does that mean? The Sudanese was expelled. The Sudanese. Okay. The Sudanese was expelled from Munich in Germany after begging the U.S. delegation to meet with the U.S. Vice President, or at least the Foreign Secretary, Mark Rubio. But, okay, hold on to your britches. But the request was rejected. Dun, 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 dun. He also rejected his request to extend, really? Just reading this is stupid. All right, I will. He also rejected his request to extend the exceptions from importing Iranian gas. It is worth mentioning that his visit to Germany was considered a working visit. Yeah. So he did not receive any official appreciation. What kind of a word salad is that? Well, thank you for coming over. Yeah, here you can have a strudel as well. As our knowledge from all of this from reliable sources, good. The Sudanese requested to. There we go again. The Sudan. You mean Sudani? Okay. Sudani requested to meet Mark Rutte. That's not even how you Ruttld. What's that? Secretary General. Oh, pardon me. Is that his name, sir? Okay. So you're saying that the Sudanese requested to meet Mark Rutte, Secretary General of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, and also rejected the request for the interview. On the other hand, we did learn that. On the other hand, we did learn from reliable sources that it was an agreement between Maliki. This is getting ridiculous. Yes, sir. On the other hand, we did learn from reliable sources that it was an agreement between Maliki and the Iranian side that the Sudanese Sudani submit. Wait a minute. We learned from reliable sources that it was an agreement between Maliki and the Iranian side that Sudani submit his resignation and that the current interior minister. Well, wait a minute. Wait, let me go back to the beginning. What are you saying? Very important. The Sudanese was expelled from Munich after being begged. He wanted to. Important mention visit. You see, this is not saying that Sudani handed in his resignation. No, this is saying that Maliki and some bozos from Iran. Yeah, that's what this says. We learned from reliable sources that it was an agreement between Maliki and the Iranian side that Sudani submit his resignation and that the current interior minister, Abdullah Mir al-Shamari, will be nominated to assume the prime minister for the prime minister for a year and a half. It is known that al-Shamari is considered a close to al-Maliki. Well, that's even stupider. And then the grammar is wrong. To al-Maliki and his team, as well as very close to the president of the Judicial Council, Falik Sadan. Well, if he's close to Maliki and if he's close to Iran, no, this is garbage. I'm sorry I even wasted your time, family. This gentleman is, from what I'm understanding, because all of you that called and all of you that posted on my forum, you got it wrong. This gentleman is not saying that Sudani resigned. He's saying that Maliki and Iran suggested he resign. Oh, isn't that something? A little spark can burn all of California. A little spark can cause so much trouble. Isn't that right, Claire? What did they say this morning, Claire? Oh, Sudani is resigning. Oh, it's a disaster. Oh, yeah, right. So this is nonsense, and we're done with it. I'm glad it's done. My teams wanted. They felt that this was important, that you understand. Only pay attention to the truth. Be careful who you study with. So this gentleman, I'm not saying he's wrong, but what I'm saying is that Maliki is very wrong. Iran, very wrong. Oh, so we're that close? in my opinion, yeah. Well, then let's create brush fires. That's how we got rid of Lahaina. That's how we got rid of California. Let's make some wildfires of exaggerated lies about Sudani because he's about to take away everything that belongs to us. Isn't that right, Malachi? Yeah, belongs to us. Whatever. Ready to get started studying, family? Let us get the Big Bopper says right on, Frank. I also say left on too. I always thought that deodorant, what is it called? Right arm or right on? Remember that deodorant? Armor guard? No. I guess okay, stop it, Frank. So let's get to work, and what we're going to do is we're going to go to the final article thread, ladies and gentlemen. Last time we was together was Tuesday. It was a wonderful conference call, wasn't it? Oh my word, you all almost hit 27,000 views. Oh, we're 27,000 views. I think our record is 28,000 views on one of our UB2Bs. I'm humbled. I'm grateful. Oh, another thing. Thank you. We just turned the clock on 40,000 subscribers. Not bad. Yeah, not bad. We haven't been doing UB2Bs for that long of a period. Alrighty, family. Let us get to work, and we're going to start. We always trifecate our study. Although tonight, well, I suppose we trafficated. We just did the first part, which is trying to understand a rumor that others exaggerated, in my opinion. Because the way I just read it, no, it didn't say that he handed it in. It says that they demanded he hands it in. Yeah, pick a finger. So, for what it's worth, let's see. We were together on the, what was it, the 10th? Can you help me again? 11th. In fact, let's start with the very last article that we did together on the 11th, and that would be final article number 5040. Final article number 5040. Thank you kindly for those that are helping us financial contributions. We'll be needing the help next week with walking sticks, so anybody that can help us, we appreciate you. Alrighty, here we go. Let's get this over here, bring this over here, boom, and boom. Final article number 5040, final article number 5040, federal courts decide to cancel state order to stop controversial laws. What does the blue title say? Like we told you, let the smoke clear and everything will be fine. And that's kind of like what's happening right now with this rumor that's all over the internet. Sudani's handing in his resignation. Do you honestly think that? Oh, look. Now, this gentleman did say that, that the vice president turned down a meeting with Sudani. Wrong, in my opinion. But whatever. What do I know? They were rushing to me. Shoot, they all have already met. Whatever. Final article that we just did is nice. The next one. Let's go to final article number 5041. This is really why I wanted to start. 15 years of false promises. 15 years of false promises. Well, we just had a day of false promises, a bunch of lies that were being put out on the internet because they met. Our quote, 15 years of false promises. Our money was lost between the central bank and Warka Bank. What do I say up on top? Gurus fan false rumors. Gurus fan false rumors. This here is saying that dozens of citizens demonstrated today. Now, do you remember the last time we were together? Look at your notes. Did we not put out another false rumor? What was the rumor that we put out last time we were together on Tuesday? Go ahead and post it. What was the rumor that we put out when we were together last Tuesday? We stomped it. Just like this morning. There's no, I mean, I disagree with it. I disagree. I agree with the part that Maliki and Iran are asking Sudani to hand in his resignation. They've been asking that since they were 2 years old. That's nothing new. But I strongly disagree. I'm sorry that Vice President Vance told Sudani, I don't want to meet with you. No, not quite. No, it's a total opposite. But hey, what do I know, right? Hey. Thank you, Carol Lee. Thank you, Bacchus. There you go, my students. I appreciate you. Thank you, Patty. Yeah, the protesters, says Carol Lee. Large protesters, says Bacchus. The citizens were rioting, says Patty. But here's the truth. 15 years of false promises. Our money was lost between the central bank and Warka Bank. How many of you have money at Warka? How many of you had money at Warka? You lost half of it, didn't you? You might have lost all of it, didn't you? That's the problem with foreign banks. When people ask me, Frank, are you going to go to Iraq and exchange your currency? No, I'm an American. I'm going to stay with American banks. So anyways, this is where this whole, and that's why I call it the blue title, Gurus Fan False Rumors. And that's why today I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, please be careful who you study with. Please be careful who you study with. Thank you, Julie Frazier. That's right. They were false rumors about protest. Final article number 5042. Al-Sudani receives an invitation to attend the Arab World Institute conference in Paris. And Pepe Le Pew says to Sudani, you're not welcome, just like Vance told you. You're not welcome. What? Hey, everybody. Hey, Sudani, you just arrived home today, didn't you? Da what? That's how you say, no, that's Russian. I'm sorry. Did you just got back from Germany? Jawohl. Jawohl, bitte. That's right, I did. How did it go? They gave me strudel. And they gave me deals. we need mainly the power, the electricity, the brains. Yeah. So Sudani, you went to Germany, you went to Paris, you've been everywhere, haven't you, bro? Uh-huh. Did you go to the United States of America? They came to me. I know. Al-Sudani receives an invitation to attend the Arab World Institute conference in Paris. What is the blue title up on top? Everybody wants to work with Iraq and Sudani's reforms. Everybody. Everybody. This next article, family, is, thank you, Mr. Holiday. God bless you. We're grateful for you too, sir, to both of you. I look forward to meeting you guys one day. Like I told you, I'd like to go out with you guys. On article number 5043, protecting the financial system is a priority for the central bank. Oh, wait a minute. Say that again. Protecting. Okay, I know what that means. I'm pretty good at that. Okay, protecting what? Protecting the financial system. The money? Yeah. What about it? Protecting the financial system is a priority for the central bank. No, dude. It's not that it is a priority. The financial system was protected by Sudani through the CBI. Do you know where the lower notes are at? No. Do you know what the new exchange is that's going to come out with those lower notes? No. And what is the title of this UB2B? Thank you, Fran Wright. God bless you. What is the title of this UB2B? Protecting the financial system is a priority for the central bank. Now, what is the blue title for this article, family? Look at it, 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 and just, you know how they say read them and weep? Read them and scream with gratitude. The blue title for this article is Security and Stability for the Monetary Reform. What did we need? What did we need? What did Dr. Shabibi, may he rest in peace, what did he say to our John Blue Star at the United Nations in New York? Well, John, it seems that in order for me to raise the value of our currency, we need security and stability to return. Huh? What do you think, John? Hey, Frank, he said security and stability. 15 years later, we got security and stability. Look at this article, ladies and gentlemen. The whole, well, I think about 90%, let me see. Yeah, 90%, 80% of it is red, blown up 5 times. That is to acquire your attention. I pray that this article, final article number 5043, grabs your attention. I pray that you take a picture of it, that you make a copy of it. Why? Just like you carry a picture of your children, your grandchildren, your mother, your father, your wife, carry this in your wallet too. Why? Because anybody that gives you problems, like a bank, oh, it's a scam, show them this piece of paper. Let's read it together. You want to? Protecting the financial system is a priority for the Central Bank of Iraq. Blue title, Security and Stability for the Monetary Reform. The article, quote, some media outlets, social media networks, and non-specialist analysts, bozos, fools, parliament people. Let me read it again, okay? Some media outlets that are owned by Iranian politicians in Iraq. Some social media outlets, gurus that want to say the wrong thing. And non-specialist analysts, the common Joe on the street that says, I know what's going on, have begun to return to their analysis and statements to frighten citizens about the U.S. decision to tighten economic sanctions on Iran. Sudani does, the vice president does not want to talk to Sudani. Yeah, go away. They gave Sudani instructions. This whole call is, in my opinion. We must make it clear here that Iraq's top priority is to protect its national economy, its financial system, and its monetary system from international or American economic sanctions imposed on some countries. All of that is gone, isn't it? Yup, we're Article 8. Continue reading. And its priority, the CBI, according to its financial and monetary policies, is to avoid being a party to that. Yeah. So CBI, do you believe that Vance doesn't want to meet with your prime minister? No, no, it's a priority according to the financial and monetary policies to avoid being a party to that kind of BS, Frank. Yeah, I know. Continue, please. This is well known to the U.S. Treasury, international organizations, and international auditing and regulatory bodies. Yeah, I know. All of these agencies that I just mentioned right now, they know the truth, don't they? U.S. Treasury, international organizations, and international auditing and regulatory bodies, they say that the Iraqi economy faced many crises, and many challenges extending to the year before 2023. Really? When did I tell you that the monetary reform started? Oh, yeah. But the government and the Central Bank of Iraq and the banking sector faced them wisely, harmoniously, and with high coordination with the U.S. Treasury in order to know and determine the cause of these crises. And what are the solutions? What are the treatments for this, for the purpose of overcoming them quickly? Well, as the central bank began at the beginning of 2023, using many procedures, such as using the electronic platform application for foreign transfers in a compliance with international standards, Article 8, and controls of it, which were represented by organizing the financial of foreign trades in the directions to make the Iraqi banking sector regulated by international banking standards. And I'll tell you something, international banking standards do not mean 1130. I'm sorry, Parliament. Yeah, I'm sorry, it just doesn't. As much as you huff and puff and try, it's not going to work. Okay, that's it. I'm sorry. You can create all the rumors you want. You can try all the brush fires you want. You can try all the lies you want. You can say that a man is not a woman, and a woman is not a man, and a man is a girl. A woman is an elephant, and a pig is a girl. Whatever. You can say all that, whatever you want to say. But look at the bottom of this article. There is no possibility of imposing new sanctions on the banking sector. There is just rumors, and they have absolutely no basis in truth. Ladies and gentlemen, you are good students of the monetary reform. You know exactly what's going on, don't you? If I was you, I would adhere to what this article is telling you. If I was you, it would behoove you to pay attention to this article. If I was you, I would do exactly what this article is telling you. Don't pay attention to rumors. Where's the logic in the rumor that came out today? Now, if it turns out that it's true, if it turns out that President Trump and Vance have asked Sudani to hand in his resignation as prime minister, then I might just walk away. I'll just walk away. The relationship between the two of them is the reason why we're going to see a new exchange rate soon, in my opinion. Thank you very much. Hi, God's wins. He sure does, doesn't he? Thank you kindly. God bless you. This is a wonderful article. I would copy it. I would make a copy and carry it right next to the Mrs. picture in your wallet. Final article number 5044. Parliamentary Finance Committee expects to send the budget tables next week. Yeah. You know, wouldn't it be nice if it had... What do I like? Do I like a Monday into a Tuesday? Do I like a Friday into a Saturday? What do I like, family? Final article number 5044. Parliamentary Finance Committee expects to send the budget tables next week. Oh, what's the blue title? Not to send, but to receive them. Well, it's the same thing, isn't it, Frank? When you send it, they're going to receive it. Listen carefully. Nobody's sending anything to Parliament. They are about to receive what they have never seen before. Oh. Fine. Oh, look at here. Is that Dina? Dina, I think it's Dinah or Dina Thomas. Who was the first one out of curiosity? Let me see. Who was the first one? A&E. A&E. Who? Christabella also, but A&E. A&E's been with us for a long time. Who else? Galway Girl. Trading with integrity. I like that. Thomas, Dina or Dana Thomas. Tamara McKinsey. Terry Waters. Carol Gray. You guys know me. Mudbug. Christopher. Carlitos Way. Say hello to me. Not to my little friend. Just to me. That's right, Jim Bradley. Or Brady? Brady. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I like those, that type of a combination. So if for some reason Parliament really, truly, sincerely does receive the budget tables, well, that's going to be an exciting and interesting day. Let's see what happens, okay? Final article number 5045. Kurdistan finance transfers about Kurdistan finance transfers about 52 billion dinars of non-oil revenue to the federal treasury. What does the blue title say? No Dutch disease in Iraq. It's extremely important for the monetary reform family. If you don't know what Dutch disease is, I would tell you to look it up. That's why we have France involved now. Kurdistan finance transfers about 52 billion dinars of non-oil revenue to the federal treasury. Blue title, no Dutch disease in Iraq. Non-oil, 52 billion. Can you imagine what else they've got? Final article, and this one, ladies and gentlemen, again, do me a favor. Take a picture, make a copy, put it right next to the family's pictures in your wallet, in your purse. Reference this article, use it. Look what it says. Let me see. The whole thing, oh my word. The whole thing, and it's this long. I hope you got 30 minutes, okay? I'm going to read it. Iraq market, why would I read it? Because of the value of the article. The monetary reform right now, the monetary reform education, it's very loud. It's very encouraging. Hi, Laura. Hi, Elizabeth. Welcome, all of you. Thank you. Final article number 5046. Iraq market turns away from the old U.S. dollar. Iraqi's market turns away from old U.S. dollar. What do they mean by old U.S. dollar? What is the title of this article? Before, during, and after the monetary reform news of the education. Let me try this again. Before, during, and after the monetary reform, new exchange rate education is vital for the Iraqi citizens. So in other words, the monetary reform education has been going on, is going on, and shall forever go on. Why? Because they can't afford any mistakes. This is a new currency. It's got to work with the Iraqi citizens. So this article comes out and it says, listen, we want to tell you, okay, we took away the auctions, right? Yeah. We took away the dollar from you in the streets, right? Yeah. We took away the parallel market, right? Yeah. Well, this is why. Why? Deeply trenched since 2003, when we first arrived, and gave them the dollar. U.S. invasion of 2003, the dollar has become a cornerstone of Iraq's economy, fueling oil exports, trade, and daily transactions, effectively operating as a parallel currency. However, older banknotes, especially pre-2003 issues, face growing rejections from traders and exchange offices. Why? What does it say in blue parentheses? What do I say in blue parentheses? In my opinion, because they know the truth of the new exchange rate that's coming out. Continuing. The dollar in Iraq's economy, the U.S. dollar, holds a significant position in Iraq's economy, functioning almost as a secondary currency. This prominence is rooted in the economic restructuring that followed the 2003 U.S. invasion, during which the United States assisted in establishing the Central Bank of Iraq. What is the blue parentheses right after that? 9th floor, U.S. Treasury, permanent, CBI building. Consequently, the dollar became deeply integrated into Iraq's financial system, especially given the country's substantial informal economy that relies heavily on cash transactions. Iraq's oil industry, accounting for nearly 99% of the country's exports, operated primarily in U.S. dollars. Now, this reliance reinforces the dollar's dominance while closely linking Iraq's economy stability to fluctuating in the U.S. currency. But those days are gone, aren't they? Continuing. In Iraq, the old design of the 100 U.S. banknote, particularly those printed in 2003 or earlier, is commonly referred to as the al-Mani. The term dates back to the 1990s when this denomination was widely circulated in Amman, Jordan, due to strong trade ties between Iraq and Jordan at the time. The nickname made its way into Iraq. We turned away from old dollar bills. You see, Over time, new versions of the 100 bill with enhanced security features were introduced, making older editions less common in circulation. Ahmad Saeed, owner of Al Awa New Exchange Office, said Shafat News that some currency exchange offices refuse to buy old design U.S. bank notes from customers, noting that others accept them, but at a rate of 2,000 to 3,000 dinars lower than the market price. He added that some exchange companies stamp certain dollar banknotes with a specific official seal to avoid disputes because some customers have returned dollar bills to exchange offices claiming they were counterfeit and alleging that they had purchased them from those offices. Marking foreign currency with a seal could create difficulties for buyers when trying to exchange them abroad, he acknowledged. No. Well, yes, but the marking of those seals on the currency was on purpose to track it. Ah, where did it end up? How is that possible? Follow the money. You son of a camel. You're the one that did this? You stole this? You sent this over there? How you know this? Because we track all the money. America's taught us. Look at our dinars. We know where every dinar is at. It could be at the bottom of the Red Sea, and we would be able to track it. For his part, Jawad Malik, owner of Al-Fa Exchange Office, said Safat News that the reluctant to deal with the old design of the U.S. dollar stems from counterfeiting cases in Turkey and Jordan and rumors of such banknotes entering Iraq. We're sick and tired of all of this thievery, all this terrorism of our currency. Continuing. He noted that many exchange offices considering them a thing of the past, or they buy them at a discount up to 20,000 dinars or more, mainly those who can exchange them at the central bank. He also pointed out that many exchange offices refuse to handle $1 bills, sometimes even $5 bills, despite neighboring countries accepting them, assuming that this is largely influenced by the major trader who dominates dollar transitions. What's going on, family? What's going on? I know this is boring, but what's going on? This is monetary reform education at its supreme level, explaining to the citizens, yeah, we took your dollars away, but we're about to replace them. And this is the history of the American dollar compared to our history of our currency. You understand, Iraqi citizens? In addition, Iraqi citizens, Iraqi trader Al-Hassan told Shafak News that he completely avoids dealing with the U.S. dollar banknotes to prevent counterfeiting risks, and older notes lack clear security features. Al-Hassamini added that he also refrains from trading even in the new U.S. bills, stating that economic security regulations prohibited their exchange at the market rates. Official stance and banking regulations is what we are teaching. Director General of Accounting at the Central Bank, Isan Samara, stated to Shafak News that all U.S. dollar banknotes issued by the Federal Reserve remain in circulation, and there are no directives from the bank suggesting otherwise, provided these notes are authentic and not counterfeit. He added that the Central Bank of Iraq, the CBI, and commercial banks continue to accept all denominations and past series of U.S. banknotes as long as they are genuine. Regarding the legitimacy of refusing the banknotes, and financial experts from former CBI Director General Dakhard explained to Shafak News that no matter what happens, neither the public traders nor the exchange office's owners can be forced to accept old design U.S. dollars, calling the practice a matter of personal discretion. What is the moral of this article? Number one, the monetary reform education is extremely loud, trying to explain to the Iraqi citizens every step that is occurring to them right now. In the beginning, all these actions were very shocking to them. This is very well explained. Number two, you realize that we don't want any counterfeiting, right? Yeah. Well, therefore, don't use the American dollar in our country. You got that, Iraqi citizens? Yeah, but we're hiding our 3-0 notes underneath our mattress and we're still using American dollars. You can't. Yeah, but we do. We even have our own bartering system. What do you mean? Yeah, for example, let's say I want to buy that the pair of shoes over there. I'll give you, how much is it? 50,000 dinars. This is my bartering note. I pay you, okay? Sure. I mean, we trust each other. We trust ourselves. We put value on ourselves. So we create our own bartering system. Yeah. CBI not like that. They don't like us to use any foreign currency. They don't like us to make up currency. Yeah. So this education is so profound, it's so loud, it's so beautiful, it's a masterpiece. It well explains to the Iraqi citizens the monetary reform. In fact, the title's Dollar in Iraq's Economy, gone, and the reasons behind it. Turns away from old dollar bills. Oh, because they're old and worn and torn. No, because you cannot touch the American dollar in your country anymore. Official stance and banking regulations. What is that? We're international. We're Article 8. We're going to leave our borders. That is a beautiful article, family. Final article number 5047. Trump advisory team members. Quote, Iraq security is part of our American security. Oh, but Vance does not want to meet with Sudani, and he wants to resign. Okay. Trump's advisory team's members are saying that Iraq security, it's part of America's security. Well, let me get that right. As secure as Iraq is, that's how secure America is? Well, yes, because we're using Iraq to protect us from, bad countries, which is rather brilliant. Yes, I know. It is very brilliant. I'll tell you what, Trump advisory team member. Iraq's security is part of America's security. What do I say up on top? What's the blue title for this article? Trump says Iraq is as secure as the United States of America. Let's roll the monetary reform out. In my opinion. Yeah, in my opinion, they're meeting. There's no not meeting. There's no prime minister resigning. Final article number 5048. Tender announcement. I like mine medium rare, if that's what you're asking me. What do you mean tender? Tender what? Oh, you're putting in a bid, CBI. A tender. I'm sorry, for what? Announcement of the public tender number 2025-1. For the supply, for the installation and operation of machines for counting and sorting Iraqi and foreign currency at the branches of the Central Bank of Iraq in Barsa and Mosul. You see, this tender is not for Baghdad. Sudani. How's Barzani? Shoulder to shoulder, bro. Did he send the money? Oh, I sent the payments for their salaries. You guys are really tight, huh? Shoulder to shoulder, bro. Do you think that their banks are going to be able to do everything when it comes to, handing out the new notes? Shoulder to shoulder, bro. In fact, you know what? We're sending all the equipment that we've got in Baghdad over to Barsa and Mosul as well, too. We don't want no mistakes, Frank. Good, sir. Final article number 5049. Al Sudani pays official visit to the Czech Republic. Oh, that's a nice picture of Al, too. What do I say? Sudani goes down the checklist of every country with contracts that are guaranteed. Oh, I like that little checklist you put there, Claire. Thank you. Look at that checklist. Let me see here. Number 1, done. Germany, okay. France, done, okay. Czechoslovakia, no, done, okay. China, done. USA, doing. Wow, so Al-Sudani pays an official visit to Czech Republic. And I say that Sudani goes down the checklist of every country with contracts that are guaranteed. Why? Well, did I tell you that the contract East told Walking Stick last week? There you go. Final article number 5050. Investments 2025. Economic renaissance under the umbrella of the general budget. Wow. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Mohammed Shaleh, the financial and economic advisor to the Prime Minister Sudani, confirmed today on Thursday that investment projects for the year of 2025, you know, the whole 2025 budget, investment projects for the year 2025 are an integral part of the investment section of the federal general budget law. Yeah, basically he's saying, look, the 2025 budget, the big fat budget, the whole general budget for the whole freaking year, the whole umbrella, everything in it, we got it covered. We got it covered. What do I say up on top? What's my blue title for this? Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Yeah, Frank, what do you want? How can you do that budget at 1310? Can somebody please remove Frank? Final article number 5051. The President of the Republic ratifies the personal status law and general amnesty and return of the properties to their owners. I butchered that. Let me try it again. These are three laws, family. And these were the three laws that were in the basket that Parliament was forced to pretty much sign or be fined or get beat up. I don't know. The President of the Republic ratifies the personal status law, okay, the general amnesty law, okay, and the return of the properties to their owners, okay. What do I say up on top? The three laws that Sudani wanted ratified, behold, thank you very much. Final article, because they're important. They are important. They're not needed. There's a difference now. They're not needed for the monetary reform. But when you do the monetary reform, you're going to need these laws. Ah, well, that makes sense. Thank you. Final article number 5052. National card transactions suspended on Thursday and will resume on Sunday. What? National card transaction. Yeah, that wealth financial card that Sudani was talking about. You know, like the one that Trump is talking. What about national card transactions suspended on Thursday, but it will resume this coming Sunday? That's the second Sunday. What's that? What's the blue title for this article? Interesting. FRANK26. Interesting. Go to the next page, page 253. You let me know when we have our advertiser with us, Tank.
He's there.
He's here with us. Let me see how many more articles we have on the next page. We still have a few. Yep, quite a few. So we're going to continue with the articles. Oh, this next one is really... Oh, look at all the... Oh, my goodness gracious. Look at final article... Okay, hold on. Okay. We are going to pick up on page 253. I will meet you on page 253. We're going to pick up right there. Look at the Iranian president to Trump. We are ready to negotiate, but we're ready. And the rumor is Vance doesn't want to talk to Sudani. Oh God. Yeah, let us now stop and listen. Pay attention to this gentleman. You're going to need him. You're going to need him. Now the banks, if you did what I told you to do, the banks, if you got your own team, maybe you already got Bill Johnson as part of your team. Okay. Maybe you got a team already established with your wealth management people at whatever bank you're going to go to. Okay. But you're going to need a team. And you're going to need a vehicle to protect your money. These trust funds is, in my opinion, is the perfect and ideal way to do it. Bill Johnson, are you there, sir?
I'm here, Frank. Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Perfect, nice volume. The floor is yours at 7. Take it to about 7:20. Go right ahead, brother.
You got it, sir. I'm just happy to be here. Good to be here with you again. Yeah, hello, everybody, and my name is Bill Johnson. I'm the presenter for the Protection Group. The Protection Group is a company that offers a trust to you, and this trust is, like Frank's talking about, is extremely important, really important, because here's the thing. Let's say that you go to the currency exchange and you get $10 million for your currency. Could be 500,000, could be 300,000, but I'm just using that as an example. You go to the bank and they give you $10 million, which is unbelievable. You put it in a checking account. Probably you'll be at Wells Fargo. You put the money in a Wells Fargo checking account, and now there it sits in an account in your name. And have you ever heard that the fact that if you own something, it can be taken away from you? And that's the way the world works. You have something, and the people around you that don't have it, they're going to do what they can to take it from you. What we're offering you is a place to put your assets that only you can control, and only you is the only person that can have access to it. Can't be stolen from you because it's not in your name. We're going to try to make you judgment proof. If you do what we teach you, you'll be judgment proof, and therefore anything that ever happens to you in a lawsuit or anything else, they can't get anything because you don't own anything. It's all owned by your trust, and this trust is a trust that you and your spouse. If you're married, just say that you're a married couple, but it's the same if you're single. But you and your spouse will be the only two people on the planet that can benefit from the assets in that trust. You know, if you have that $10 million that you got from the bank and you put it in that checking account, it's not protected, but you control it, and that's what we all want. We all want control. And so you control that $10 million, and you do with it what you want to, but it's not protected. Therefore, it could be taken away from you. So let's take a look at the trust. If you haven't already looked at it, and thousands of you have. I mean, I've already spoken to probably everybody in Frank's group. I'm sure because we talk all week long. And there's people just like you and me that we're just waiting for the RV to happen, so you'll have the money to do what you want to do. And what that means is that you can get set up for this trust. You can get all the paperwork ready to go if you're interested in it, and then you can do it when you do get your money from the currency exchange. But here's the thing you need to understand is that this money has got to be protected. And you can get that done at your local at your bank, whether it's Wells Fargo, wherever you're going to leave that money. And I've just learned in the last 30 days that the bank is willing, and if you'll leave the money there, some of the money, like let's say you get $10 million, leave $5 million there to make 10% interest or 12% interest or whatever they're going to give you. You can ask the bank to protect your money by getting you an account with Lloyd's of London, and they will offer the asset protection that you need for that $10 million or $5 million that you're putting in the bank, whatever. And you can ask the banker to tell the bank you'd like for the bank to pay for that. And there you got your biggest question answered. You know, that what happens if something happens to the bank? What happens if this? I get it all the time, and of course I can't control what's going to happen. Spain can't control what's going to happen. We hope nothing's going to happen. But if you've got Wells Fargo, if you're at Wells Fargo Bank and you have Lloyd's of London protecting your money, then you can leave some in the bank. If not, use it for investments. But the trust that the protection group offers is called an irrevocable, complex, segregated asset trust. Now, those of you that understand what's going on with the world with finances, and so you don't like the word irrevocable. And the writers of this trust 30 years ago didn't like it either. And so what they did is they put amendments in the trust that allow you, the original person that's putting the money in. You're called the settler of the trust. You're putting the money in, and therefore, because we have amendments in there, you can change anything you want as many times as you want up until the day you and your spouse have both passed away. So it's not an irrevocable part of it doesn't apply to you, the original settler. It does apply to your successor beneficiaries. It's your children or whoever you're going to give the money to whenever you pass away. And that's very understandable. But now you want to put some parameters, in your system for your successors to receive money after you're gone. And so you'll make that up. You'll get with your financial people, your planner, your finance planner, with your CPA, with the friends that you may have, and come up with a plan of, okay, when we pass away, we've got this $10 million that we had, and we've invested it, and we're doing very well with it. We don't want our kids to take it all and destroy it. So you tell them you set up the parameters of how they can get the money. It might be that you give them 50% of the profits after taxes, or whatever. There's hundreds of ways to do it, but that irrevocable part does not apply to us. So that's a question that's asked quite often. I don't want an irrevocable trust. Well, you have to have an irrevocable trust to have asset protection, and you also have to have two trustees in an irrevocable trust that can act as your lead into the bank. They can protect you from being involved in the day-to-day operation of writing checks. The trustees write the checks for you, so the trustees control the trust. But don't forget one thing: you control the trustees. The trustees don't do anything except what you ask them and tell them to do, and that's extremely important to understand. The trustees in our trust don't make decisions. They don't go out and look at the best price for land, or they don't try to find the best deal for the stock market. You do all that. That's why the trustees they work at your pleasure. They do exactly what you want them to do when you're ready to do it. They don't do anything on their own. One of the things that we do to protect ourselves when this money's in the bank is we tell the banker, when we set up our account with the bank, Mr. Banker, we don't want any money coming out of this trust except through a written check. No debit cards, no credit cards, no calling the bank and saying transfer this from this fund to that fund, or wire this over to this. You can't do any of that. You get that in writing. You send an email, get the banker that's there to respond to the email so that it's in writing. He understands that the only way money comes out of the trust is with a written check. Who has the checkbook? Well, in most cases, the trust you have the checkbook. Put it in your safe. Put it in your safe and leave it there. Nobody can have access to it. There are other times that you're going to let some of your trustees have some of the checks, so they can write checks for you whenever you need it. But if you have it yourself, the procedure is real simple. You want to get $25,000 out of your account because the trust has $10 million in it, but you don't. You need money in your account with the bank so that you can go to the grocery store and you can buy gasoline, and you can pay your bills and things that you have. You're not buying anything, because the trust is going to do all the purchasing. The trust is going to own the house. The trust is going to own the automobiles. The trust is going to own your gold. The trust is going to own your investments. And therefore, you don't really need any money. But if you ever need, you will need it. So when you need it, you get $25,000. You do it through a letter of wishes that you give to you write that out and give it to the trustees, and then you have a business meeting. It's called minutes of your meeting, and you on that minutes of the meeting, you put down the business of the day, and the business of the day for you is that you need $25,000. Well, that's not a problem. You send it. You're going to scan it and send the minutes to Bob, as one of your trustees. Bob signs it and dates it and sends it back to you. Take that document, send it to Tom, who's your other trustee, and Tom signs it and dates it and sends it back to you. Now, whether you're getting $25,000 or whether you're buying a $500,000 house or whether you're getting $1 million to do something else with, that's what you do. That's the procedure that you go through. Once that happens, once they have sent back the minutes of the meeting signed by both trustees, then that authorizes the trust to give you a check for $25,000 where you've got a checkbook, but you can't write the check. If you could write the check, folks, and you could be your own trustee, then you wouldn't have asset protection. That's what we're talking about here is asset protection. We want to protect your $10 million. We want to protect the thing that you buy, the home that you have, the land that you're buying, whatever it is. We want it protected. And so you get the. I'm trying to think of where I was going with that, but I can't remember now. Lost it. It'll come back in a minute. Okay, so when you get the irrevocable complex segregated trust. One of the main points of this trust is segregated. The word segregated. That's segregation of your assets. The reason that you have asset protection is because you're going to have asset protection because you have segregation of your assets. How do you do that? You buy a trust from the protection group? No. You're buying a trust package from the protection group. In that package is 10 trusts. Each trust is a legal entity in its own right. So the first trust you set up, you're going to set up to put your cash in. You have 9 other trusts, but you have other assets that you're going to put in them. If you want to buy a ranch or a farm or a house to live in, the trust buys that, and use one of your other trusts to do that. You might call the first one your ABC Asset Management Trust. You might call the second one Home Sweet Home Real Estate Trust. But when you get the real estate trust set up, then that piece of real estate is owned by the trust, but it's controlled by you. You and your spouse are the only 2 people that can live in it. That's the way it works. You control it all. But what you have here is you have segregation of your assets. So if you had 3 automobiles in your household, you would put each automobile in its own separate trust. So that if something were to happen, let's say you had an automobile in a trust and you had an accident and ran over somebody or whatever and hurt them badly and they sue you. Well, there's a chance that they could take that asset from you because that trust, that automobile caused an accident and they have a lawsuit against you. They might get a lawsuit, have a judgment against you for $2 million because it was a bad scene and bad deal. You've got $500,000 liability insurance from your insurance company. They would take that, and they could also take your automobile. But folks, that's as far as they could go. All the other assets that you own, that you control, are in their own separate trust, which is a legal entity in its own right. Therefore, they can't touch that. Your cash is the most important one to start off with. When you go to the bank and you get $10 million from the bank, you're going to put it into the checking account with the bank. Then you're going to transfer it to the checking account with your trust. Once you set it up, once you put that money in that trust, then all it is digits on a screen. Think about it. If you have an automobile, you can have an accident. You can be sued. You've got your cash in a trust with the bank, and it's digits on a screen. It's not possible to have a liability against that because there's no way that could ever hurt anybody because it's just digits on the screen, and that's all you ever put in that trust is that cash. So the bottom line is, no matter what happens in your life, no matter what happens with something bad happening and somebody suing you, whatever, they cannot touch your cash, and they cannot touch the other assets that are being held by those other trusts. The automobile that we just talked about, they could take that automobile from you. Well, you had a $2 million judgment against you. If you didn't have a trust, then you'd have just had to write a check for $2 million. But you do have a trust, and it's going to take away your automobile. You probably paid $80,000 for that automobile. So this $2 million judgment would end up costing you $80,000.
Yeah.
So what do you do with that? You better go buy another vehicle later, put it in another trust. So that trust is going to have a lien against it. Now the plaintiff attorney is going to file a lien against that trust. So that for 10 years, if you ever use it, they're going to take the asset that you used, that you put in there. So you won't do that. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to make sure that you understand that your asset that you're getting are for you to protect yourself, protect everything that you have. This call that I've got with Frank and I are doing right now for you to benefit you is something that's going to take an hour to do. Right now we're going to do it in 20 minutes. Therefore, we're not going to cover a lot of things. So what I need to tell you is, how do you get the other information? You know, you may think you want to trust. You may say, I don't know anything about a trust. How would I know? Well, the bottom line is you don't know. But if you'll stick with us and we can educate you, then once you're educated, you'll have enough information to make a decision for you and your spouse, whether you want to have a trust or not. And it's your decision, but you need to get educated. The education that we offer to you is free to you. There's no charge at all. You can get all the information. You can get questions asked. You can call me on the phone and get questions asked. You can send an email to the Protection Group LLC at gmail.com and get questions asked. But all that information that you would need to understand all that is in the education call that I've prepared for you. I'm going to give you that information right now, and then you get an idea of what we're doing and why we're doing what we're doing is to protect their assets. And also, if you and your spouse have $10 million, you've grown it to $15 million, and you pass away, it all goes to your children or whoever you put as successor beneficiaries. More than likely, your children. They now become the beneficiaries of the trust, and they're going to be able to operate under the parameters that you've set up of how they're going to get money out of it. Because there's profits that are going to be made, and they would like to. Just think if you're a young couple starting out, and you've got maybe a couple of children that are under 5 years old, and you're just getting going. Your parents pass away, and then all of a sudden, every quarter you get a check for $25,000. Maybe it's for $10,000. Maybe it's for $100,000. It's whatever your parents have set up for you before they left, before they went to heaven. But the thing is, it's going to be there. They might say you can get that amount of money until you're 40 years old. Then you can get a little bit more. Then when you're 60 years old, you can get a little bit more. Like I said, there's all kinds of ways to set it up. But I need you to get the education part of it so that you can make decisions on this. And the education call that I prepared for you is on Frank's website. You'll see it there. You've all seen that. But I'm going to give you the number right now. It's 60. You need to write this down. 605-313-5155. 605-313-5155. It's going to ask you for an access code, just like on Frank's call tonight. You had an access code to get on. The access code for that information is 155703 followed by the pound sign. So that's available to you 24 hours a day. And there's also information here. I start the call off with telling you about the name of our company, how to get in touch with us. So I ought to get you to tell you write it down. When you first start listening to that call, write it down because I'm going to give you information that you'll need to write. That you'll need to have. Now, if you decide to get the trust, then you'll need that information in the future. And it's all available to you on that one call. Okay. In addition to that, I host a call live on Tuesday and Thursday night at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. 8:30 Eastern Time, and it is a call that I host. I host it myself, and then I've got Scott Sadak, who is the retained attorney for the Protection Group, always on that call with us. So at the end, we open it up for Q&A. So you can get all your questions answered from an attorney. There's no charge on that. Nobody's asking you for anything. All we're trying to do is educate you. If you can get educated and you can get money off when your currency exchange happens, then you'll protect. You can sleep at night knowing nobody can take that from you. And so that's the beauty of it. And yet you're the only person that can have access to it. When you pass away, and we hate to go there, but that's part of our life cycle is the passing away part. And when you pass away, you know, all those assets go to your children, and there's no taxes on any of it because it's just the trust itself is a living document. It didn't die, you know. It's there, and it has assets. Well, the original settlers of the trust are not there anymore, so you become the trustees, and therefore whatever money comes out of it, you get that. That's what's been set up for you. So it goes forever and ever, and you don't have to sell all your properties to pay inheritance taxes, because there's no inheritance taxes. Because when you as the settler of the trust, when you pass away, you don't have any assets. You're worth nothing, and therefore the taxes are nothing. It's a system that's been used for years, folks. Don't think we got something new here. It's just we have one that's designed specifically for what we're doing right now. It didn't start off being designed for that, but it ended up being for that. It's absolutely perfect for what we're doing. But that call on Tuesday and Thursday night at 8:30 is 605-313-5156. 605-313-5156. The access code is the same I just gave you, 155703, followed by the pound sign. My name again is Bill Johnson. My phone number is 865-300-1953. It's on the website. In case you didn't get not taking any notes tonight, it's on the website. But 605 is my cell phone is 865-300-1953. I'm available from 8 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock at night, 7 days a week, Eastern time. Okay. So with all that said, that's just a little window into the trust, very brief window, but it all does get explained on the education call. And then you've got that's all. I've covered the three main things. The three main things you need to understand is that cash can't be taken from you. Irrevocable doesn't count, and segregated assets is the reason that we have asset protection. You get all that under your wing, and you'll be ready to go. Frank, I thank you, sir.
Hey, Bill,
I took 22 minutes. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I have a couple of questions that some people have posted that I would like to just present to you. They're asking, how many trustees do you have to have? Two. The second question was...
Let me finish that. Two
Okay.
trustees and a protector. The protector is just a kind of like a substitute trustee in case one of the trustees, because like I told you earlier, both trustees have to sign the minutes of the meeting in order to get the $25,000 or buy the house or whatever it is you're doing. But what if that one trustee is incapacitated for some reason? You bring in your protector, and your protector can sign the minutes of the meeting and make it legal and go on and get what you're asking for. Go right ahead, Jan.
Okay, and then the second question, someone said, what if I don't have money right now to pay for the trust? Can I go ahead and get the trust and pay later?
No, we've got it set up to where you can learn all about the trust right now. And here's three things that we need from you when you're ready to purchase the trust. There's three things. Number one, we need the application filled out correctly. We need the order form signed and dated by you. You get both of those off of our website, and you learn all about that on the education call. The third thing we need from you is a paper that says your name and and you tell us who told you about the protection group, so that we can know how you found out, and we can thank that person for helping us to get you involved in it.
That would be FRANK26.
In this case, it'd be FRANK26.
There you go. Okay.
Thanks, buddy. You
Thank
did a great job as always. God bless you.
Jan, you got another one, or?
No, I think those were
the two.
The
Yeah,
main
those are the
questions
two.
people
Okay,
are asking.
all right.
And I did
That's good.
tell...
Well, you get on with the other stuff. We got to get this RV done, Frank. Come on, let's do it. I'm ready. I'll sign the paper ready whenever you get it.
Well, it's actually an RI, but we'll get it done, no doubt. Jan, you were going to say something else to
Yes,
Bill?
I know Bill gave his personal phone number out, but please listen to the pre-recorded call before you call Bill with your questions, because they'll probably be answered on that pre-recorded call.
Yeah, that call is really informative, family. And you can ask questions on that call. And sometimes they have their lawyers at those calls, so you can ask a lawyer questions. Thank you, Bill. God bless you. We'll see you soon, okay?
Yes, sir, Frank. Thank you. God bless you all. Have a great weekend. See you soon.
Yes, indeed. Bye-bye now. Whew, okay. Here we go, family. Let's get back to work. We are flipping over to page 253. And we are looking at final article number 5053. Yeah, what a coincidence. 53 there. And the article says, Iranian president to Trump. We are ready to negotiate, but not under sanctions. Iranian president to Trump. We are ready to negotiate, but not under sanctions. So what was it that we said? The relationship between the United States and Iraq is what did it say? Oh, very secure, huh? Yeah. The security that is inside of Iraq is the same security that is inside of America? How's that possible? Well, it's because it's us. Ah, I see. So we're not going anywhere, are we? No, we're there to protect. We're there for the long run. Do you think that we're first in line to profit? We better be. Iranian president to Trump. We don't want no more problems. We know what you told Sudani, Mr. Trump. hey Trump, we even asked Sudani if we could have a meeting with you, and he said, don't push it. And we said, okay. But Iranian president to Trump, directly this time, okay? We're not even going through Sudani. Can we talk? But not, we just don't want to be under sanctions anymore. And what is the blue title? Iran listens to Trump, and Iran will obey Trump. That statement tells me that the monetary reform is very secure. Now, because both sides are equal in their security, according to the articles we read tonight. Final article number 5054. This is a very interesting article. At first, I was not going to include it. I was just going to throw it away. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is the second article tonight that has the same stench. It's hypocrisy, trying to pump life into its dead veins. What this article is doing is proposing a question that need not be asked. But the question is actually causing monetary reform education. Because when I talked to Eddie about this, he was like, is this a joke, Mr. Frank? You feel that way, Eddie? Well, we know better than this. You've been following the monetary reform and you know this is not true? Of course not. No. Not what we've been taught, not what you taught us. This article says, America stops the dollar cash to Iraq. Will the dollar rise against the dinar? That was a very short period. Remember the first week of January? What did we call it? There was a name for that period, that not hiccup, but it was going to go up for a moment. There was a name that even the article gave it. It was going to have a bump, a rise, a hiccup. There was a name to it. But we taught you it'll only be a short term. Because on January the 1st, the shock that I can't go to the bank and get dollars anymore? No.
Bubble.
What?
Bubble? Is that the word you're looking for?
Bubble! Way to go, Jan. Did you do it?
No.
Oh, Timothy. Thanks, Timothy, and then Melanie and Misty. Good job. Great, good students here. Look at that. Even Toy VP. Well, yeah, that bubble was just for a week, and then it popped. What was the bubble? I don't got no American dollars. I don't got no dinars. I certainly don't have dinars. And then they're taking away the American dollars. Get me the dollar. I'm desperate for it. I don't care how you get it. Steal it if you have to. Get me the dollar, says the Iraqi citizen that desperately is going through this withdrawal of the American dollar. So the question comes out, America stopped sending cash to Iraq. Yeah. Well, then Iraq decided just to stop using the American dollar. Is that going to cause the dollar to explode in Iraq? You know, against our own currency? And the answer is, yeah, but it was only a bubble, and there you go, it popped right away. Okay, is that good or bad? It's fantastic for the introduction of a new exchange rate and the lower notes with it. Let's look at this article, family, because it's got value. In fact, it's very, very long. So just like that other one, kick back and relax and focus with me. Focus. Even though it's hypocritical, even though it's asking the wrong question, the question is powerful and useful in the monetary reform process. Because like I told you, when I proposed this to Eddie, Mr. Sammy, and everybody else, they're like, no. You know? The answer is no. Yes. We are very astute. The CBI, Alag, Sudani, even Barzani, they've all done a fantastic job. Your Trump is now really even pushing it too. We know exactly what's going on. Don't you think all these investors know? Why you think they're in here, Mr. Frank? Why you think they're rewriting the contracts right now? Talk about timing. When do you like? Sunday to Monday? I know. The article says, in a surprising move. Well, yeah, it was a shock, but it wasn't a surprise. They had all freaking last year. They were prepared. They told them, at the end of this year, you're not going to have the dollar anymore. We're stopping the auctions. What? No, you're not. Yes, we are. In a surprising move, reports indicate that the United States has decided to stop sending cash dollars to Iraq. Now, that's a separate issue. That's not the issue of stopping the auctions. Because of this issue, you stopped the auctions, didn't you? Yeah, along with your president. Which one? Trump. Okay. Let me keep reading. In a surprising move, reports indicate that the United States has decided to stop sending cash dollars to Iraq, a decision that could have profound effects in the Iraqi economy and its financial markets. What do I say in blue parentheses? Look, the only thing that's going to be profound will be the purchasing power that will be given to the citizens because of this. Continuing. This shift raises many questions about its impact on the value of the Iraqi dinar. What do I say in blue parentheses? It's called purchasing power. Continuing. On the value of the Iraqi dinar, on the currency markets, and the local banking sector. What is this going to do, now that we don't have the dollar? Continue. Some reports also indicated that the United States may seek to limit the use of the dollar in Iraq's financial transactions in an attempt to push your butt to do it, excuse me, I'm sorry, God. In an attempt to enhance the stability of the local currency and reduce the dependency on foreign currencies. Okay, you see this decision, okay, to get rid of the American dollar is expected to cause significant volatility in the local currency market. What do I say in blue right after that sentence? Look. Purchasing power is volatile. 1310 is a violation to the Iraqi citizens. Continuing. The U.S. dollar is one of the main currencies traders in Iraq, and stopping the flow of the cash could lead to a shortage in supply. No kidding, Einstein. Which could push the dollar higher against the dollar. For 1 week, it was a bubble, and it popped. Because of the security and stability? Yeah. What do I say in blue right after that statement? That's a stupid statement. How can it push the dollar when the dollar has been removed from Iraq? It will push the value of the currency of Iraq. Stupid. Continuing. The impact of the rise on the Iraqi market. You see, the increase in the value of the dollar may lead to a higher prices in the Iraqi markets, which will exasperate the burden of inflation and affect the ability of citizens to purchase basic commodities. Really? Okay, Mr. Article, you're already caused enough trouble. Now you're telling that the people are not going to have enough money to do anything? Really? Next, the next phase, Iraqi citizens, stop. What do I say in blue? This sentence admits there is a new rate coming, and you better be prepared for it. Close parentheses. What are you talking about? The next phase. Oh, there's a next phase? What is it? That's why I say, this sentence admits there is a new rate coming, and you better be prepared for it. The next phase may require developing new economic and financial strategies. It's called the RI. It's called purchasing power. To mitigate the impact of sudden change in currency rates. You know that. You know there's a change in the rate coming. And that's why you're trying to stir the pot, saying that, oh, now we don't have the dollar. We're going to have problems. It is necessary to change the currency rate. You think, genius? It is necessary to have a move towards strengthening the Iraqi dinar and diversifying the sources of the national economy away from heavy resilience of the dollar. It's already been done, knucklehead. Continuing. In conclusion, in light of these developments, oh, you admit it's already been done? In conclusion, in light of these developments, it will be important to monitor the short and long-term effects of this decision. Already did the long-term, you knucklehead. That's called the RV. And to monitor the short and long-term effects of this decision, Iraq needs decisive steps to secure the stability of the national currency. Oh, security, stability of the national currency and protect its economy from the repercussions of the decision to stop the use of the cash dollar. I mean, the article is jocularity at its best. It's hypocrisy at its supreme level. But it's also extremely helpful because the Iraqi citizens know that everything that article is saying is ancient history. The dollar's been gone. We know what they're about to do. And you can't frighten us telling us we have no liquidity, we have no power, we have no currency, no purchasing power, we're screwed. We know better. You evil media, you, owned by Iranian politicians in parliament, huh? Final article number 5055. Iraq doesn't require financial aid, only technical support. Who says this? IMF regional director. Okay, wait a minute. Iraq doesn't require financial aid. Oh, really? Okay. You too? You know? Okay. Iraq doesn't require financial aid, only technical support. The 9th floor of the CBI? Yeah, the whole U.S. Treasury's up there, Frank. Technical support. The black computers, I know. They're called supercomputers, not black computers. Well, they're black and they're big. Yeah, I know, but... Iraq does not require financial aid, only technical support. IMF regional director says this. Okay. What do I say up on top? What's the blue title for this? How they doing, Tank?
Good. Somebody just came in asking a question. You started at the very beginning of your call.
Oh no. It's a disaster. Oh, Sudani is resigning. Oh, yeah, what are we going to do? Stop it, Frank. Don't act stupid. The person that just came in and asked that question, welcome. Welcome. You will be enlightened. You will not be frightened. So, ladies and gentlemen, we picked up with this article, and it's the IMF regional director that's saying that Iraq doesn't require any financial help. What they need is technical support. Now, what do I say up on top? Ladies and gentlemen, KTFA family that I love so much, if you go to the IMF website, it will tell you that Iraq is going through a currency revaluation. That is why they don't need any financial aid. Ta-da! I had somebody, I think it was today, they posted and they said, Frank, can you show me, can you prove to me, where does it say in the IMF website that they're going through, Iraq is going, would you go look it up yourself? You want cream with that coffee too? What? You want kisses with your coffee?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, just go to the IMF website. You'll read it. You'll find it. But that's what's so profound. IMF is telling the whole world they don't need any money. You crazy? They need technical support with what they got, what they're about to get anyways. Final article number 5056. Sources are saying that loans and advances have been suspended in banks since the beginning of the year, and the reasons are revealed. What is the blue title for this article? CBI controls with a new exchange rate. Well, CBI controls with a new exchange rate, in my opinion. Now, with that said, what does this article say? An informed source reported that the Iraqi banks have not issued any loans or advance since the beginning of this year until now. The news agency said that the reason behind this is this halt is the lack of financial liquidity and the required allocations. You don't have enough money? Well, we got rid of the dollar. And the Iraqi citizens brought in the 3-0 notes. And the 3-0 notes that they're not using, they're still underneath the mattress. So what are the citizens using? Cards, other currencies that they shouldn't, bartering systems. He pointed out that it is also likely that, because of this condition, the suspension will be to await. Wait a minute, you guys stopped all the loans, all this at the beginning of the year with your banks in Iraq, huh? Yeah. You did it because you're waiting for something? Yeah. What are you waiting for? He pointed out that it is also likely that the suspension will be to await the approval of the new controls and conditions by the Central Bank of Iraq and other relevant authorities in preparation for their launch. You're waiting for the approval of the new controls and and conditions by the CBI on your currency. Well, that's one way to put it. Okay, I like that. Very well said. Well said. Final article number 5057. I know. Al-Sudani heads to Germany to participate in the 61st Munich Security Conference. What do I say up on top? Sudani makes his rounds like a good doctor that is about to heal Iraq's currency. Ooh. Beautiful article. Beautiful article. Beautiful article. Prime, and you know something? Look at the very bottom of this article. Prime Minister Sudani, President Barzani, Vice President J.D. Vance, and Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, among others, are all at the Munich conference right now where Al-Sudani was. Sudani, there's rumors. Vance doesn't want to talk to you. Okay, Frank, give me another joke. What's the title of your Yubi-Tubi? What's the title of your Yubi-Tubi? Now, this next one, it's crazy. It's crazy and it's off the hook because it makes no sense when you read it. But listen to this. Iraq wins the position of vice president of the Middle East Committee of UNTO. And UNTO, in case you didn't know, stands for the United Nations Tourism Organization. The United Nations Tourism Organization. United Nations, you were spitting all over Iraq, saying that they were worthless, that they had sanctions on them, that you couldn't work with them, they didn't have leadership. Well, I have a good memory, UN. I know everything you said about Iraq in the last 20-something years. All of a sudden, the United Nations Tourism Organization is literally sucking on Iraq? How thirsty are you? How desperate are you? How much were you lying? Iraq achieved a remarkable achievement today on Wednesday by winning the position of the Vice President of the Middle East Committee of the United Nations Tourism Organization. This achievement is an important step to enhance Iraq's position on the regional and international tourism map, especially with its preparations to host the event of Baghdad, the capital of Arab tourism for the year. Baghdad is the capital of Arab tourism for the year of 2025. Which represents a great opportunity to highlight Iraq's rich culture and historic heritage. What are you, stupid? Don't you understand it's a scam? Don't you understand your rate is at 1310? What's the blue title for this article from the United Nations? Number one in tourism at 1310? Something's wrong there, isn't there? Yeah, what's wrong is you, United Nations. Final article number 5059. Claire, we have to shorten the articles. We literally have to shorten these articles. I am here for such a very long time. Yeah, we're here such a long time, and I don't want... I already put everything, not everything, a lot inside of Premium and Club 26. Premium, Club 26. You got a newspaper. How long was it that I released 2 days ago? I'm telling you, it was over. I measured it with a ruler. My ruler, it was over 12 inches. That report was so long for you. We're going to go over it tonight. And there's more. The Kurd bonds, final article number 5059. The president of the region discusses with the U.S. Treasury. Pardon me. I'm tired. I'm tired. And I just hurt so much. The president of the region discusses with the U.S. Secretary of State the strategy partnership between Kurdistan and Washington. What do I say up on top? The Kurds bond with the United States of America for Barzani and Sudani. And if you actually believe the rumors that are out there, then you suffer by yourself. Now this next one just blows me out of the water. Thank you, Rebecca Hill. You're so sweet. This next one blows me out of the water. Iraq Mall. Iraq Mall? Baghdad's upcoming mega shopping and entertainment hub. Look at that. Hawaii, on the island of Oahu, there's a place there called Ala Moana. Ala Moana, I thought, was the largest shopping mall in the world. No, it ranks since the Middle East has grown. And now, since 1310 doesn't exist anymore, Iraq Mall? Baghdad's upcoming mega shopping and entertainment hub? Let's read this, okay? You notice I read so much to you tonight? That's because it's all blown up 5 times red. Baghdad is set to welcome a game-changing retail and entertainment hub with the opening of the Iraqi Mall, a sprawling 550,000 square meter development in the Al Dora area near the 2-story bridge overlooking the Tigris River. The Tigris River, the Tigris River. What did I tell you that rivers do? What did I tell you where the first wealth transfer came from? From the same place where the 4 rivers met. This mega mall, no, this mega mall will house top global brands. Really? Really? Don't you understand you're a scam? Don't you understand your currency rate is 1310? How are they going to make money? Don't you understand these things? Don't you understand that Trump told Sudani to resign or whatever the rumor is? I don't know. Don't you understand? This mega mall will house top global brands, including Zara, Pull& Bear, Massimo Dutti, Puma, Under Armour, Lacoste, Levi's, Hugo Boss, and Bershka, among many others, with a diverse mix of high-end fashion, sportswear, and lifestyle stores. Iraq Mall is poised to become the ultimate shopping destination in the country. Beyond retail, Iraq Mall will redefine entertainment in the region. It will feature the Middle East's largest indoor amusement park inside of a mall covering over 26,500 square meters and packed with thrilling rides and attractions. It will also be the home of Iraq's largest dancing fountain, spanning 40,000 square meters, making it the 4th largest in the Middle East. Additionally, the mall will introduce Iraq's first official go-kart park. I'm going. Go-Kart Park, offering high-speed entertainment to visitors of all ages. Set to open in late 2025, Iraqi Mall will transfer Baghdad's retail landscape and provide an unparalleled shopping and leisure experience. What do I say in blue parentheses? Ladies and gentlemen of Iraq. Oh, I'm talking to the ladies and gentlemen of Iraq. Please enjoy all of this wealth at 1310. What's the blue title for this article? Dubai. How you like me now? I think I've made my point tonight of what I'm trying to tell you, family. The very last article I have for you is final article number 5061. Al-Sudani asked Airbus to speed up the supply of fighter jets to Iraq. Mr. Trump, what did you want Iraq to do? Stop using the dollar. Grow up. Grow a pair. Oh, those same, don't say it, Frank. Well, they're saying it on CNN, got tricked to say it. Can't I say it? Don't say it, Frank. Okay. They got basketballs. Don't say it, Frank. I did. Okay. Al-Sudani asked Airbus to speed up the supply of jet air fighters to Iraq. What's the blue title for this article? Iraq is growing up. And that's your articles, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the next thing is we have for those of you in premium, for those of you in Club 26, you saw what I shared with you a couple days ago. That's a lot. Double it. That's Eddie's report for tonight. And then I have a bank story. It's about 25 minutes long. It's very, very good. So, that means I'm not going to open anything up. Well, maybe I do have something from Walking Stick, but So with that in mind, hold on a second here. How y'all doing? Do you like your conference call? Are you learning? Do you feel comfortable with me? Yeah. I guess that must mean yes. Brian says, I love it. Linda says, yes. Wanda says, yes, very much. Thank you. Christabella says, heartbeat, heartbeat, heartbeat. B. Gullet says, yupper. Me's like. Eric says, yes. Christabella says, thank you. When will be now? I love it, Frank, whatever. Craig, oh, I missed it. It went too fast. Dolores says, praying for you, Frank. And yeah, I'm enjoying my time with you guys. Good. Thank God. I'm glad that you're enjoying. So, ladies and gentlemen, we were together on Tuesday, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. So I am looking for Wednesday. Oh, and by the way, very quickly, this is my friend Walking Stick. I said, sir, I need no need to call me back. I'm getting ready for our call at 6 tonight. But I have all of our files. And the only reason I'm calling you is to double check a rumor to see if you've heard anything about it. Now, supposedly Sudani is handing in his resignation as prime minister. I think it's BS from some guru. But if you hear anything on this subject, please let us know. Please let me know, because I'm going to be asked. I'm going to be asked questions about this tonight. I just know it. We're already being bombarded on our forum and on my phone. And he said, I ain't heard nothing. Heard nothing about that. Highly unlikely. He just met with JD, and the Treasury is coming up. So basically, Walking Stick is saying, whoever's got that rumor out there, just shut it down. Just shut it down. To which I say, yes, sir, thank you. You know, I believe that Iran is desperate. With lies. Alrighty, so now let's go to Eddie and Neil and Mr. Sammy and Tuesday. So I'm looking for Wednesday. Tuesday. Wednesday. Oh no, that's Wednesday. Holy cow. Wednesday. This came in Tuesday late at night, at 10 o'clock at night. When we were done with our UV-Tubi, Eddie calls in or sends, he says, Mr. Frank, we like the orange suit that you had on TV. And we saw you early Wednesday morning here. Dozens of people were watching you here on our TV. Now, here we go. So we're going to start with Wednesday, 7 in the morning. Mr. Frank, we heard you talking about the protests on your television show last night, and we looked all over, but we only saw a small group in Kurdistan gathered, and they were angry for not getting paid. But that's it. There's nothing major. There's no protests. There's no riots here in Iraq. Why they're saying something like that is beyond us. Actually, Sudani addressed everybody on TV saying the non-payments that we were dealing with, they have actually now the Kurds. It was the Kurds' fault. It wasn't my fault because there was 3 laws that we needed passed, and they hadn't done it yet. So they did not follow. They did not follow these 3 laws after they were passed, Kurdistan that is, and do as I asked them to. And that's why the payments were not paid out. They're paid now, but it says now with all of that is in agreement with this issue is resolved. Sudani was also saying Sudani was also saying this to presidents too on the legal action against Sudani. It's been thrown out of court as well too. Sudani told them it was their own fault, not his. So throw that sue out. But all is good now with both sides in agreement. And we did see also some contractors wanting their money on their MasterCards for the work that they have done. But no protests, so nothing high nothing high at all in streets. It was small area in Kurdistan. Once again, we squashed a lie, a rumor on the internet. Continuing. With the courts clearing out the with the courts clearing out the appeals and saying those 3 laws are now valid. Well, Mr. Frank, that is a huge step for our reforms because one of those laws was the real estate law, and that would come into a huge play along with arrival of a rate change. The budget tables, we await this arrival. Continuing. We now have a big article on television talking about how our markets have turned away from the US dollar and now we only deal in dinars. They're talking about the importance of the dinar and how the dinar is gaining strength through the actions of what the CBI is doing. Next report, 8 in the morning. The Council of Ministers approves to increase the capital of Al Rashid Bank to 50 billion dinars. TV is showing this right now. It looks like they're preparing our banks for us, Mr. Frank. TV saying federal courts has postponed the decision on hearing case until the 18th on the lawsuit filed by the president of Iraq against Sudani and the finance minister for not paying salaries, saying they need more time to hear the facts. They think that they postponed it because by the 18th, all of this will be paid, which has actually already been paid, and that is actually null and void already. TV showing Iraq president of UAE for World Summit. Wednesday, next report, 11 in the morning. Parliament is saying now they are expecting the budget tables next week due to the amendment voted on Article 12. The changes will have to be updated, they said, in the budget table before going to Parliament. Did you catch that, Mr. Frank? They have to update it in the budget? What are they putting in? Parliament now saying they are trying to gather enough signatures to remove the president of the republic due to him not filing the complaint and suing the prime minister Sudani. We think, Mr. Frank, it's just a parliamentary opportunity to hold up the process, nothing to save Sudani, but actually rather to cause chaos and confusion and hold up his plans. But they will not get enough signatures. Sudani will speak sense to his supporters. I said, yeah, with a big ass stick. And you know what? It worked. Eddie says the television is now saying that the United States of America has cut off all cash flow to Iraq in dollars. They're even saying that the USA wants dealings done in dinars. And some are trying to say that it will cause inflation. But we know better than that, don't we, Mr. Frank? We Iraqi citizens are well educated because citizens don't use dollars anymore. Only the traders and the crooks. I like that. We don't use dollars anymore. Only the traders, and the crooks. So this is a good move, in my opinion, Mr. Frank, and the budget table coming next week, too. So all great time to release the rate change. Hold my hand, God. Hold my hand. Television saying Kurdistan just sent over 50 billion dinars to Baghdad for their share of the oil revenue. Things are really moving, Mr. Frank. This should open it up for the budget and our HCL. Wednesday, 4 o'clock, almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay. Okay, Mr. Frank, television is saying that the pipeline from Iraq to Turkey, from the Kurdistan region, it's to begin flowing next week. Wow, this is great news because the article passed in Article 12 is scheduled to be published in the Gazette next week. And if you're a student with me, family, you kind of know what that means. Continuing, Mr. Frank, a lot is happening. A lot is going on. We're trying to keep up with everything. They're saying next week the budget table is going to Parliament. Then the oil resuming flowing to Turkey, and the decision on Sudani's case on salary. Well, it seems like we could have a rate change we could have a rate next week to kick all of this off. There's a lot going on, Mr. Frank. And by the way, I know that the image is backwards, okay? I know that. There's nothing we can do about it. Oh, yes, Frank, you can go into your settings and you can do this. I did it 1 billion times. Thank you. Continuing. Then I respond to them. And my response to them is not short. It's not short. So kick back, relax, and let me read it to you. Gentlemen, I purposely did not reply to all of your reports, gentlemen, because I wanted to see what happens at the end of the day. And I agree with your opinions in your report. That's why I said last night on my YouTube, next week cannot get here any faster. Yes, there are so many things that are occurring. So many things that are coming together all at once. Like a four-way intersection where 4 cars are crashing all at once. But the most important thing is the budget. And in my opinion, gentlemen, Sudani and his team that consist of the United States Treasury and Donald Trump. And in my opinion, Sudani and his team that consist of the U.S. Treasury and Donald Trump have been protecting the new exchange rate from Iran in a very brilliant manner. They have been giving the monetary reform education without giving Iran the advantage of the new exchange rate. Next week, Sudani, in my opinion, will give Parliament the budget with the new exchange rate and blow them out of the water. They have no idea what the budget, how it's going to be funded. They keep asking questions all the time. They're totally in the dark. Mission accomplished, President Trump. Mission accomplished, Prime Minister Sudani. In fact, they already know there's a new exchange rate in the budget. They're just pissed. They're just angry because they were never involved in the process, in the whole process of the monetary reform. They never were involved in any of the meetings with Alok at the CPI. They were constantly asking for an update, to send Alok over to them, but Sudani never sent them. Well, of course not. You don't give a thief the keys to your front door when you go to sleep at night, do you? You don't give a thief the keys to your front door when you go to sleep at night, do you? Sudani and Donald Trump have been doing a masterful job of keeping the true rate well hidden and well camouflaged because they don't tell you directly. You read in between the lines, don't you? Those that are students can actually calculate and estimate what the rate will be. But that's a little But that's of little interest to me right now. What I care about, Eddie, is for you to be successful and for the Iraqi citizens to follow Eddie's example, to be faithful to Sudani, because he's being faithful to the Iraqi citizens. And that type of faith, that type of loyalty, that type of leadership is very rare. And when you find it, you follow it, you protect it, you support it. Iran can only dream of such leadership because they don't have any. Put your seatbelt on for the next week. Buckle up, Buttercup. Laughing out loud. Thursday's first report early in the morning. Mr. Frank, we forgot to tell you yesterday, after the announcement of shipping of USA dollars, they're going to stop. That would be the last load coming to us. Our television news came out and said that our national cards are being turned off until Sunday. Now, we can't use them until Sunday? Well, Mr. Frank, we're not dumb. What a coincidence, right? What a coincidence, right? Hey, coincidence, right, Mr. Frank? What a coincidence, right? And the TV said, development projects is full and underway. Really, Mr. Frank? Where'd all that money coming from for all those projects in the budget? Is that another coincidence? Is that another coincidental thing, Mr. Frank? Is that what that is? In a good mood, Eddie. So next week has even more. I told you I can't get here any faster, buddy. So next week has even more now, with the oil flowing and the budget tables and the salaries being paid. All of this going to Parliament now. Our cards are turned off until Sunday. He's just rubbing it in. Oh, we know. Okay, continue. What else you got, Eddie? Chalet's on television, and he's saying that some news station and others who interests are not good are trying to frighten Iraqi citizens. You see, Mr. Frank, they came out on our news saying that the United States of America has stopped shipping shipping dollars to Iraq, but we already know that. And they say, I'm here to reassure that all of that, and the CBI is here to assure that all of that, our currency, okay? You got to listen to me, Iraqi citizen. We're here to assure you. Our currency is the top priority, and not to be afraid, because we have. I can't read this. No, guys, because we have plans, and we are strong and stable. The IMF, the U.S. Treasury, America, the World Bank, all saying Iraqis something is stable and strong. So do not believe or listen. This is nonsense. That part, that's okay. This is nonsense. Thursday, the third report Thursday morning. The President of the Republic today approved and signed the 3 laws that they were fighting about, Mr. Frank, and they talked about it on TV. They said that the importance of each of the laws, the amnesty, the real estate, and the personal law. Yes, I will admit, we're going to need them very soon, aren't we? Ha, ha, ha. Another huge deal, just think, the real estate law dealing with the Kirkuk land and money cost money. Another huge deal. Just think, the real estate law dealing with the Kirkuk land and money cost money. And money cost money due. I don't know what it means. And also, Mr. Frank, the salaries being paid next week. All of this, like you say, we can't wait for next week. Also, the oil resuming in the pipeline. Also, the cards are shut down until Sunday. Many coincidences. The budget table going to Parliament next week, all leading to a rate change, to a rate increase. In his opinion, in my opinion, all of these actions, all these steps. You spelled his name, the thing spelled it wrong. He says, that's in Mr. Sammy and Eddie's opinion, okay? That's their opinion. And they're still cracking up because, yes, it's our opinion, but we are wise now. Thursday, next report. Mr. Frank, we've been talking, and we'd like to tell you that if this oil starts flowing through Turkey next week, well, then maybe your desire for next week is strong, because if the Turkey starts flowing their oil next week, wouldn't that be considered cross-border? Wouldn't that be considered a cross-border action? And wouldn't that call, yes, and wouldn't that call for international rate? I see where you're going with this. Wouldn't that put us in the category, kind of seems like oil flowing across our borders? Huh? What? And he says, what do you know, Mr. Frank? You've gotten too smart for me, man. I can't teach you anything anymore, man. I answered him, and I'll show you what I said later. Continuing with his report. Mr. Frank, television is showing Sudani and the Czechs are signing agreements to straighten ties with each other. Our prime minister is going all over the world, isn't he? And he's just making agreements left and right. But we'd like to know if he's signing contracts with them. We don't know. Also, Mr. Frank, some guys on television talking about relationships with Kuwait, that they are bright. Remember we talked about Kuwait and how important that was, family? I think that's one of the reasons why we are about to see what we're going to see soon. Chalet on television saying that there will be an economic renaissance under the umbrella of the new general budget. Mr. Frank, come on. We know what a new renaissance means. I mean, we're not like all the other Middle Eastern countries around us. But this umbrella of the new general budget, it's loaded, and it needs a new exchange rate. Mr. Frank, television is showing Sudani saying and meeting with Arab leaders, with Arab League leaders, and setting up where we will host later this year the Arab League Summit. Then I respond and I say a few things. I say, Eddie, there sure are a lot of activities, like you suggest, that are going on, and all of us can see that these activities all point to a new exchange rate. And yes, that's why I keep saying I can't wait till next week gets here any faster. All the things that they're telling you today are the precursors, the setup in order to finance these projects, these contracts, your cards, the salaries, etc., etc. Now, concerning the questions about oil going across your border, yes, indeed, that is a cross-border action, and it will require a respectable rate. If not, Iraq will lose money at selling at 13.10. Why would they do something so stupid? They've never done it before at 13.10, and they shall not do it at 13.10. They are not. They are not. I told you everything I say to you is just in my opinion. Yeah, I said, how do you like my green coat? Yeah, that's right, I did. Mr. Frank, Eddie says, please don't forget and help my family. And this is personal and that's personal. Thank you, Claire, for backing me up on that. But I'm helping Eddie's family. His family is in the United States. His brothers. They have Dinars. I will make sure they succeed with the help of God. Then I say to him, the moment this happens, I'll take care of your family. In fact, Eddie, you're going to know before I do. So, in actuality, I'm counting on you to send me a text and wake my blank up so that I can celebrate with you. And then I will expect for your brother to get a hold of me and so forth. We love you, and I love you too, brother. Frank, Eddie says that we will call and give the news as soon as possible, because you're right. We get up every morning early now, 4, to see what we learn from the news for you. When we see here, we will tell you right away. Now, I will tell my brothers in USA to be ready to go to you, to wherever you want them to go, Sammy. Mr. Frank, Mr. Sammy will be with me this week for sure. Oh? I didn't see that. Oh. Why does he want to be with you, Eddie? And then I say to him, well, good, because I like a Sunday into a Monday. Stay focused, gentlemen. Stick together and look into the early morning hours. Yes, sir. We agree with you. That is a very good time frame to do so. That's why we're getting up early for you. Continuing, this is yesterday at 4 in the morning. Holy cow. So now we are at Friday. First report at 4 in the morning. Did you see that? Bless his heart. He wants to show me. It's 4:15 in the morning, okay? Okay, Eddie. Mr. Frank, the CBI banks have increased all of their fees on doing any cash transactions. It's like they're getting ready for something. So they are not charging these fees if you use the digital system. Oh, Mr. Frank, but if we use cash transactions, they trying to get more of us to use the digital system. Like you told us, they want us to be a cashless society. And TV saying the big meeting where our delegation goes to USA in April have been moved up to March now. So the big delegation from the United States Treasury and whatever, everybody, it's been moved up to March now, huh? Okay, I like that. Continuing, television is saying that Parliament will vote and pass 17 important laws this coming week, including the personal status law. We will send you all the laws so that you can start studying them. Thank you. Gentlemen, no, I can't read that. Eddie woke me up at 4 this morning, sending all those texts this morning. I thought something big was happening. That's Neil, my contact. I thought something big was happening. Oh, bless his heart. I said, you know, it is wise. It really is. It is wise for him to get up early every morning. It will be early morning hours when he will find out. It will be early morning hours when he finds out. Then I said, Eddie, look for this. Eddie, look for this. And what he's looking for is what I received, and I wanted him to know. Sudani, Barzani, and J.D. Vance, and I think Scott Bessent, among others, are all at the Munich conference right now. Copy. Yesterday, 1:20 something in the afternoon, television is showing a tender report of machines to count Iraqi dinars and foreign currencies being sent to Barca and to Mosul. I said, Eddie, check it out. That article about the tenders that came out 3 days ago. But notice, who is receiving these machines? These are the areas where the monetary reform education is still growing. Today, 308, because just recently, Kurdistan sent their oil. Kurdistan is participating. Anyways, today, oh, here we go. Today, I understand. Let me start at 3 in the afternoon with Eddie for today, okay? Look at this, gentlemen. It's a breakdown of the services that the banks will be offering citizens in order to stimulate them to bring in their 3-0 notes. They really want to give them the lower notes, and they're trying to find every possible way to do this. So I sent them some things I wanted them to read. Then I dealt with this. Eddie, before you leave, I need your help. I believe this to be a rumor on the internet with some guru that are just trying to draw attention to themselves for their popularity. But I want to double check. I know that Sudani returned back to Baghdad today. I know he was at the mall from his tour. And supposedly, some people are saying that he is handing in his resignation, that he's quitting as the prime minister of Iraq. Again, I think it's garbage, but do me a favor. Just double check for me, okay? See if this is on the news clip, on the television, on Channel 1, anywhere. Just see what you can find out. Then he says, Mr. Frank, Sudani just got back from Iraq. Iraq? You mean Iraq? Oh, just got back too. I'm sorry. So, oh, no, it threw up on me when I did that. Oh. Oh, dear. Oh, we're almost done. Good. Mr. Frank. No, that's not it. Holy cow. Hang in there with me, family. Here we go. So he's saying, yeah, no, we didn't hear anything about that rumor. Mr. Frank, Sudani just got back from back to Iraq from visiting other countries, from the summit. There were many places that he went. And he was talking about the new shopping mall we are building here in Baghdad, and new restaurants, and all of these projects. And then the news says that the Iraqi CBI is now among the top 10 in the world. How is that possible at 1310? He says that we are top 10 among the world for doing business. Also for buying gold. We not seeing about Sudani turning in resignation. We watching TV all day here. No, he came back on his airplane, and no, whatever that is, that's just a bunch of baloney. He came back on his airplane, but he's making an announcement right now. We see him. He's not talking about that rumor. He was in Munich on a security conference there. And to which I then respond, and just before we get on the air with you folks, and I say to him, thanks, Eddie. Thanks for verifying this. I sincerely appreciate it. Unfortunately, we are so close that the evil that has always kept the purchasing power away from Iraqi citizens is using the internet to create false lies, rumors against Sudani, so that it will topple over all the monetary reform work that Sudani has done. They are so angry. They are so mad that you are about to get your purchasing power, and their purses are about to be emptied out. Just like President Trump in the United States, the far left of our government is going crazy. They're very angry that he is removing all of their dirty money. He is draining the swamp of their stench. all of the money that they were hiding in all of those so-called humanitarian projects, trillions of American taxpayer dollars, trillions of lies. So whoever is creating this rumor on the internet is simply trying to defeat the monetary reform that belongs to you as an Iraqi citizen. It really is a stupid rumor because, in my opinion, you think that they would have come up with a better rumor. How in the world is anybody going to give Maliki any type of power? That's beyond stupidity. Anyways, I'm very proud of you guys. Thank you kindly. God bless you. I'll see you on our show tonight. And he says, yeah. And that's all. Whew. Oh, it's been a long night, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, those articles are just very, very powerful. Eddie's report just amazing. I have a bank story. I don't know. Take a bow. That was incredible. It's kind of stupid for me to ask you if you want a bank story. I know you want a bank story. That way I can sit back and rest for a little bit. And then we'll say goodbye. I think I got it here. By the way, I recorded a bank story about 3 days ago. For that gentleman, I'm sorry. When I went to record this recording, I recorded your story. I ran out of time Tuesday and I didn't play your bank story. I'm so sorry. And I don't even know who I was talking to. I don't know what bank story it was. It's gone. But this is the new one that I got from today that I'd like to share with the family. Please enjoy. It's recording over the other one. Golly, what bad luck. Oh, what bad luck. I cannot believe this. I was disappointed. I had a beautiful bank story and I'm recording over it as I'm talking to you right now. Oh, I can't believe I just lost that bank story. But maybe yours will be better. Hold on a second. Hold on, brother, because there's so many people calling. Are you still there? Oh, my dear God. You got bumped off like 4 or 5 people all at once tried calling. Oh, man. Hello? Who this? I'm sorry I lost you there.
Yes, no problem, no problem.
First of all, we're not going to say your name, but thank you for helping, okay? And yes. This is what state?
Michigan.
Michigan. And what bank?
Huntington Bank.
Hey, I like the different ones. And this just recently happened?
Yes, it did.
Okay. Fire away. The floor is yours. Let's start from the beginning. What happened, Rob? How did this whole thing evolve?
Well, is it possible I can speak on another bank right quick, and then I'll bring you into this one?
But of course, yes. You see, the reason why I do these is because sometimes we pick up information that we don't have. And also, these recordings lift people. It motivates them. And sometimes it encourages them to go try it themselves. Go right ahead, sir. Go ahead and feed us everything you have.
Okay, well, on December 26th, the day after Christmas, I went to, can I say the name of the bank?
Yes, just don't say your name or anybody else's name, but everything else, the city, the bank, yeah.
Okay, yes, I went to a Chase Bank here in Michigan, which the name of the city is Portage, Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
And I had an appointment with Wealth, Vice President of Wealth Banker there, and we sat, maybe we met for about 20 minutes in our office. It was an older lady, and the meeting she wasn't very informative to me. I asked her questions, about the investment. I let her know that I'm coming into a wealth, financial blessing, my wife and I, and that we wanted to talk with a, wealth advisor about managing our money and making our money, grow and work for us. And she wasn't
that really informs you. I went by myself at this meeting, and I left out really not satisfied with this wealth advisor. And I'm not saying this is every chase of brand, because I know it's not.
And when was this? And when was this? Last month or last week? When?
This was December 26th, the day after Christmas.
Oh, yeah, around November, December. That was the second phase where the banks were no longer really saying it was a scam anymore. Did she say it was a scam?
Well, I didn't say anything about the Dinar.
Okay.
I just said that I'm coming into a financial blessing.
Gotcha. At that point, they really didn't know. They still weren't. They were just starting to find out. But go ahead and continue now with the case.
So I just left out there not really. She didn't give me a lot of information. She wasn't very informative. So yeah, she really wasn't that funny. So I left. And I started investing in other banks here in my city, and I live in Kalamazoo, so I looked up Huntington Bank. And when I looked up Huntington Bank, and I was researching about the bank and everything, and I knew they were here, and so I looked and they said that, wow, they have all these different currencies that they're, accepting, trading and selling. And wow, the Iraqi dinar was right there. And I'm like, wow. So I said, you know what? I think I'm just going to go ahead and, I researched and everything. I said, I'm going to get an account with Huntington. And so I did get an online, account, went online, got an account with them, and got me a checking and savings. And I said, to my wife, so let's go into the bank. And, I put some of the money into the account. And I said, you know what? I'm going to ask the teller, can she look up, since they're already talking about their trading, the IQD and all these other currencies.
Right.
And I said, you know what, I'm going to ask her, what's the rate? And so I went in there, and we asked her. She said, hold on, sir, let me look it up. And so when she looked it up, she told us at the time it was 1309. Didn't she say that? Yeah, I said, okay,
that's
so
right.
we left out.
That's right.
Then a week later, I said, you know what, I'm going to set up an appointment, try to talk with a wealth advisor, a private banker.
Okay.
And so I called and left a message, and then about a week later, we were playing phone tag. Me and the wealth advisor was playing phone tag.
And this is Huntington. And this is Huntington now, right?
This is Huntington Bank now, yes.
Roger, continue.
And then about a week later, which was around the 4th of February, we finally linked up with one another, was able to talk. And it was the vice president, private banker, wealth advisor of Huntington Bank. We talked on the phone. And I told him that, coming into a financial blessing, my wife and I, and I didn't say what it was. I said I just wanted not to say what it is right now, but I'm looking forward to mature about a month to 2 months. And he was like, okay. He said, well, he, let me know a little bit about himself on the phone, and I told him about me, a little bit about me. And then he said, well, you know what? Can we set up a meeting? That we can meet. He said, I can come to your house. We can go to a restaurant or to a coffee shop.
Okay.
And I said, well, wow, you can come to my home, huh?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, you know that. I taught you that. So far, so good. Continue.
He said, sure. And so I said, well, let's do coffee. He said, well, you know what, sir? It's going to be evening time. So how about we meet up for dinner? And I said, okay, well, we can go to Texas House or Applebee's. I said, well, you know what? How about Applebee's? It's close to my wife's job right across the street, so she don't get out of work until 6:30, and I get out at 4:30. As I said, and he don't get out of work until 5:30. So I said, you know what? Let's go to Applebee's. And so he said, okay, so we'll meet up on February the 10th at 6:30 at Applebee's. And he said, okay, sir, I'll meet you there. Meet me and my wife there. And so February 10th came, which was this past Monday, and we met up, and he came in, and, I, told him about myself and my wife, and, I told him what we wanted to, have done with this investment. And, we asked him questions about himself, and he told us how long he's been in the business, and, and that he is the vice president, of the Huntington Bank, and he is the private bank wealth advisor. And, like I said, I just asked him, that we want this investment. It's a lot of money that we're going to need. tasked with, and we need a team and advisors to help us grow, you know, the blessing that's coming. And he went down the line. He was totally different from the other lady at Chase. And everything that we asked him, you know, his license, the credentials, he told us, you know, about his license, his credentials. You know, we asked him, were we going to be charged, you know, for this, you know, type of money coming in? He said there's no charge. And I've asked him too, you know, just to give you like a case study of people who he worked with, you know, to help grow the money. Everything we asked him, he gave us good answers.
He passed.
List of answers he gave. He had actual. He had like a portfolio, a folder all done up for us with an entire team. He wanted to schedule another appointment with this team. He says we're gonna lay out the red carpet for you. I mean, he was very friendly, very informative, and
Did he call your husband Mr. Clampett and you Granny?
He darn near did. Darn near did.
So you see, this is exactly what we've been teaching. And one time I even held up the portfolio package that J.P. Morgan gave me when I went to go see Chase. Remember, I held it up and I showed everybody, look, this is what they'll give you. Ask for it. I'm sure they probably gave you those portfolios too. And so you've learned that this bank is ready to take care of you. But you also learned something very powerful that we have been learning recently in the last, this month. It seems that banks are telling us that they're not going to charge us for the exchange.
They're not going to charge.
Did they tell you, did they say that to you?
Yes.
that's what he told
said
us.
they're not going to charge.
Isn't that amazing what we're learning by the grace of God? And that's why we do what we do, and I'm so grateful for you all to share this experience. The first experience that you had with the first Chase, I believe it was just way too early. They were just understanding what was going on around December, because they, in my opinion, by the way, although this is in my opinion, they felt that at the beginning of the year, you know, boom, this was going to crack, but it didn't. So here we are waiting, and they're still in position, waiting to receive you. They're eager, they're excited, just as you are, because...
This man even brought our dinner.
Because they... What did you say? Oh, he was
going to tell him. Mr. Frank, I'm going to tell you this, Mr. Frank. The first lady, Mr. Frank, didn't even shake, you know, my hand when I went into the office.
No, you ain't worth it. She was trying to get out of there. She didn't know.
Yes, this guy shook our hand, 3 or 4 times? Right there, we're eating dinner.
Why you think he did that? First of all, why do you think he takes you out to dinner? The reason why is because you are so valuable to him.
Yes.
You are his future. You will forever be able to supply him with money, because this is going to be a long-term relationship. You have money that he wants to invest for you, and if it profits, he gets a percentage of it. This is called a royalty, and this is the supreme way to make money. Ask an insurance agent. When you sell a policy, you're set up with that money for life. So you're in a position right now with these right connections, the right people. And by the way, Chase, if you go back, they'll treat you different. I'll bet you a quarter they'll treat you different now.
Mr. Frank, when the waitress came up and said, well, is this meal going to be separate? He said, no, he paid for our dinner.
Bless his heart. He better. He better.
He even offered to give us the names of some reputable CPAs.
Yes.
And
yes.
This is what I was so, I'm so sorry, ma'am, I didn't mean to interfere there, but this is what I was, what's the word? Not desperate. This was my mission. I was striving so hard. I know what the gurus do. They'll throw out hooks. They'll throw out tantalizing information to try to get your attention. My goal was to try to educate. And we wanted to make sure that everybody understood you need a team. Because if you don't have a team, there is a very mean green, ugly monster that's out there waiting to take it away from you.
Mr. Frank, yes. I'm going to tell you about that, yes.
And our government, even though we have a wonderful president and good leadership now, the core, that's why he's tearing it apart. Our government is horrible. They are going to take everything away from you. Now, the banks will start. They will be the first to take away from you. But I'm noticing that something is happening with our banks. It's kind of like, look, hey, we messed up. We need to back off if we're going to be able to get what we want from these people with these dinars. We messed up.
No.
We told them it was a scam. We told them we lied. We got a bad relationship with them. What are we going to do now? Well, what we're going to do is we ain't going to admit our fault. And number two, we're just going to give them everything and anything. I'll tell you what, let's not charge them. What? That's how we was going to make our money in the beginning. No. Wealth management department says that they'll give us a little bit. We'll be all right. Oh, the bank is going to make money too? Yeah, we're going to get our cut.
Yes, we told them a lot of stuff, about how we wanted, we want to flip homes, so he wants to talk about that. We want to build wealth for, generations to come, for our grandkids.
You sound like mini-me.
Our interest, and don't touch the principle.
Yep, there you go.
he broke it down to us plainly. And I'm going to say this, right? I'm going to say this, too.
Yes.
He told us, he called the next day. I told my wife, I said, you know what? I really liked him. He was 9 days from the lady at Chase. And I said, I'm going to call him just to tell him how we thank him for coming out, and eating with us. And also that he paid for our dinner. And you know what, Mr. Frank? He beat me the next day calling me. He beat me. He called me and was telling me how he was so happy of meeting. We had a good meeting. And he wanted to discuss and have his team, meet with us. And so we got another date to meet with the whole team.
Yeah, no, this is a good relationship. It's a symbiotic relationship. It's not parasitical. It's not one-sided. He's going to make money, and he's going to earn it. A man's wages should be paid, an honest wage should be paid to an honest man. And that's what you're going to do. He's going to guide you, he's going to help you, because that's what we taught. You need a team. And I even said, if you don't put your own team together, the bank, or excuse me, the management, the wealth management department, they have a team. They will be your team. But I don't trust them. They're a bank source, so make sure that you compare. And what did I say? Never have an even number to compare. Have an odd number. Go with 3 places, 5 places, 7 places. That way, when you make a decision, it's not tied, 2 to 2. The decision was 3 to 2. Well, you know which way you want to go. So you are in the seat of authority, of a powerful position, because God has put you in that seat. Make sure that you act accordingly, and you are. You have a good relationship with the banks. You've been listening to what we've been suggesting. Remember, don't let your dinars out of your sight. If they have to send them to another place, tell them very politely, I need to send them myself. Tell me where to go. Also, I now assign you another mission. I want you to go back and tell them you have dinars now.
Yes, March 6th is our next meeting when we meet the team.
No. You're going to call him. You're going to call him after working hours. You have a relationship with him. You have his phone number.
Yes.
Yeah. You're going to call him and you're going to tell him, hey, buddy, listen, I want to be honest with you. I want to tell you something, okay? And when you tell him what you got, he'll say, I know.
Right.
Because we've been praying for God to direct our steps in finding the correct team. We wanted the team that God wants us to have.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. No, I'm saying, yes, ma'am. I'm proud of you. Keep talking to God. Keep talking to God. Keep talking to God. He'll guide you. He'll tell you what to do. He's depending on you to take care of this money for him. This money is for his children. The first wealth transfer that came was from the same place that this one is occurring. You're going to find out tonight on our UB2B. They are building one of the largest malls on this planet Earth in Iraq. It is so massive. It is so beautiful. It's going to have an amusement park inside of it. It's going to have a forest inside of it. This thing is amazing. And you think hey, Iraqi citizens, come and enjoy this amazing shopping mall at 1310, huh? What do you think? No, I don't think so.
No way.
You can't buy anything in this mall at 1310. But the thing that I'm trying to say is that Iraq is already with the new exchange rate. It just simply has to be revealed to the world. But it's being revealed slowly. And right now, the banking industry, in my opinion, knows contractors who are being rewritten right now know. Students like you and I know.
Knows, yes. Yes.
I'm so proud of you guys. You're a success story.
Yes.
Now pick up the phone and call him and tell him, look here, I get on tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be playing this recording. If for some reason the Spirit guides you to call him before 6 o'clock and you get an answer, you holler back, okay?
I sure will.
Well, ma'am, I want to thank you also for your contributions.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks to both of you. God bless you. You're going to be leaders in this world for God's kingdom. You know that mall that I told you about?
Yes.
They're building it right next to the Tigris River.
Oh, wow.
Do you know that the four rivers, one of them was the Tigris rivers? Did I not say that the rivers will bring in what? Money, power, wealth.
Yes.
That's what rivers do. They bring in, that's why cities are always established next to river banks.
Well, we appreciate your guidance too.
I appreciate God bringing us together so that we could study together. All honor and glory belongs to Him. And I thank you for your compliment to me, but together we bring it right to God's throne room. Thank you. God bless you. I look forward to hearing from you again after you talk to this man. And you just tell him. Now, if he for some reason becomes negative about it, tell him, looky here, I can bring you something called the final article thread.
Yes.
And if I do, it'll prove to you that what I'm telling you is the truth. And when I bring it to you and I prove to you that it's the truth, at that time, you can thank me, not right now.
Right.
God bless the both of you. You all take care, okay?
Thank you.
We'll talk in the future. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that again was a bank story that had a plethora of information, motivating, humorous, but it is also from another state, another bank. I appreciate that. Anybody that has bank stories, you're welcome to call me. My phone number is 419-283-2552. 419-382.
No.
Man, I'm so tired, honey. 419-283-2552. 419-283-2552. Chris Back says, wow, that was a great story. Yes, it was. Galway says, that's a great story. Yeah, the one I erased was great too. Anyways, yeah, the Tigris River, they're building it's probably going to be the largest mall in the world for all I know. It's just amazing. It was a wonderful evening tonight. And I thank all the people that helped me to put together our call, my wife, our teams, everybody. God bless you all. Stay strong with our Heavenly Father and pay attention to the signs. Now, we may say the signs of our investment. I guess we could say that. But I would encourage you to pay attention to the signs that are all around you, that you may be missing or not paying attention to. You know that there is a very, very large. Stay on the line, gentlemen. You know that there's a very large asteroid that's coming in our neighborhood. I already told you that about that. It's got a 2.3% chance of hitting the Earth. Somebody will say, oh, 2.3% chance. Come on. Well, I'll tell you what. What if you were in a firing squad and the guy with the gun had a 2.3% chance of hitting you with that bullet? Would you be willing to let him try? At no percentage would I let him try. Are you kidding me? No, thank you. Anyways, there are many signs. Our brother Andy blows the shofar. One day you're going to hear that shofar. You're going to hear it coming from the clouds. You'll remember Andy, and then you'll see the face of Jesus. There are many signs. I read all types of newspapers. This one is called the Manila. This is the Manila Bulletin from Manila, and they had a 5.7 earthquake right outside of the Philippines. I've been noticing that the Ring of Fire is extremely active. Now, I will admit it's been doing it for about 10 years, but it's extremely active. By the way, I want to make a correction. I guess it's a correction. I said that the Iraqi oil had never been sold that I know of at 13.10. My teams told me they have. But it wasn't profitable. And that's the point. So why did they stop? Because it wasn't profitable. And that's the point. Oh, I get it. So the point is that they're doing it again at 13.10? No, we believe they're not. And that's the point. I will see you again
Tuesday the 18th.
Tuesday, thank you, sweetheart, on the 18th, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If I get in the mood, I'll see you at 3. You know who. It's just about 300 of you that I see at 3 o'clock anyways. And we have fun, don't we? At least I do. I have fun with you guys. I want to thank my dear brothers, Cliff and Tony, and they're here with us right now. They'd like to say a few words to you before we say goodbye. Cliff, the floor is yours.
Hey, Frankie, this is Tony and Cliff. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, it's Tony. Hi, Tony.
Yeah, just trying to still get better. We're about to get there. The 3-week. I didn't call you today because yours was 3 weeks, and we are feeling a lot better. So, thank you, Dr. Frank, for that diagnosis.
I told you.
You were right on. Guys, we just want to say thanks to the family, and just got one quick story for you. But what Cliff and I do with the Mo Better Studios is we'll create a custom song, one of a kind song for your loved one, for birthdays, for anniversaries, for just to say I love you. We just got through the Valentine's rush, and I'll give you a quick story there. On Thursday night, Cliff and I had worked fairly late getting all the Valentine's stories out so they would be gone in time for Valentine's Day. We went out and had a nice dinner and was on our way back. And at 8:30, the phone rung. A night who had basically slipped and dropped the ball a little bit, and he had 3 little girls and his wife that he needed a Valentine's song done for. And so Cliff and I called him right back and got everything done. And Cliff and I stayed up about 1 o'clock in the morning, knocking those 2 songs out for him so we could deliver them. And he said that when he got them, his 3 little girls, we called it the 3 little diamonds. He said there wasn't a dry eye in the house. And he said he's not normally one, him or his wife, either one, are known to cry too much, but we got them. So
No kidding.
just kind of a great story. And we love doing things like that, and it's been a blessing of to Cliff and I. And as songwriters, like I say, all you ever want is for what you do, what you create, to mean something to somebody. And this has been an amazing experience. And if you want to experience that, just simply call us at 423-367-7648. That's my cell phone. You people in California, call me at 3 o'clock in the morning. I may or may not answer, but I will get back to you. We wanted to let you. Also, you go to our website, mobetterstudios.com, and we'll be putting up some new stuff. Our merchandise store should be ready in the next week or two, and we look forward to writing some more custom songs. We've got, I guess, St. Patrick's Day coming up next, then Mom's Day, then Dad's Day. So those are the next special occasions. And but like I say, any birthday celebration you want to have a forever gift, nothing better than a custom song written exclusively about that person.
You guys, thank you, my friends. Thank you for bringing joy into people's hearts.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you, and Tink. I'm glad that I'm hoping Tink is better now from her second round.
Yeah, how you doing, Tink?
I'm doing pretty good today.
Yeah, you do sound better.
Yay. Well, just so you know now, when I told you about bringing the snow back up there, you all did. But now it's acting like it's wanting to come back again Wednesday, so I might need you to take the snow back.
It's coming tomorrow here.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we threw a bunch of salt out in the driveway so that we can start to prepare for it.
But I have plenty of cookies, so don't worry.
What? What?
Okay. Well, as soon as it gets warm, Cliff and I are making a trip to Ohio.
God willing, we'll be here with open arms. Love you, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you. I'll see you.
Yes, indeed. Take care, gentlemen.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I like how people are leaving. We already lost about 300 people. They forget that we have dessert at the end. You know, family, I was talking to you about these sounds, the shofar and whatnot. Creation, God, who created everything. His creation, I've noticed, because of the ring of fire, those earthquakes, all those signs. God's creation moans with the pain of sin of this world. God's creation moans, God's creation sings at a lower key right now. I ask you to be strong in your faith. I ask you to be strong with your family, because there will be bad news. There's salt and there's pepper. There's hot, there's cold. There's good and there's bad. And everything's really been going good for us in our study, but there will be bad. It's the bad news that makes the good news good. Because the Word of God is the good news. And KTFA, this Thursday we had our Bible study. And I said something there. I said, God thinks that you're good enough, family. He does. Now it's your turn to think that. And I'm excited about the next chapter in my life with my family. And I invite you, if you want to come with us at KTFA, because I am nobody trying to tell everybody about somebody named Jesus. That's my goal here at KTFA, and we're soon to get there. I don't hear your voice, Father, because I see your voice in your creation. I want to thank the beautiful people that helped us with financial contributions tonight. Miss Jeannie, Rebecca Hill, God bless you, Rebecca Hill. Sophie Lee, Mr. Holiday and Galway Girl, God bless the both of you. Fran Wright, God Wins, Laura Marie, Susan Miller, Mark Anglin, Car FXR, CAR. That's not an E. Huh?
That's what it said.
Car FXR. I'd like to see that car. Wow.
There's one way up on top too.
Oh, my brother from London, England, Howard Crockett. How are you, Governor? And Donnie Inman. Bless you all. Thank you kindly. God bless you all. Let us say goodnight to each other and have our brother. Is Andy with us?
Uh-huh.
Oh, good. Andy will blow the shofar and we'll see about some dessert and play our song. And
Somebody said that says car fixer. Does that look like what it says?
it does. Car fixer. I get it. Okay, that's cute. It does. I thought it was a foreign car or something. What you got? A Maserati and I got a car FSSR or whatever.
It's like reading the license plates and people's vanity plates, trying to figure out what it's supposed to say.
Uh-huh.
You never know.
Like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good one for a vanity plate. Let us be dismissed with a prayer, family. Abba, oh, this tired body runs to you and leans against you. May I sit on your lap? May I lean against your bosom? May I just stay with you? This world is, it's very tempting and can be difficult, but it's also filled with the richness of your creation, these beautiful brothers and sisters. I'm learning to love them far better than I used to. And I'm learning about your love far better than what I was used to. Please forgive me of my sins. I've learned that much, that the blood of Jesus allows me to be righteous, to be sinless in front of you. I used to say that I was the greatest sinner in the world. I don't say that no more, Papa. In that hospital bed, looking out that window, you taught me I can't be with you if I'm the greatest sinner in the world, can I? And on top of that, you told me that you don't even remember my sins. The violent act that occurred on that cross with your son, that blood that was shed, that was so precious, that erases my sins and you don't even see them anymore? Wow. Well, I want a part of that. I want all of that. That's why I don't want to leave you right now. That's why I don't want to jump off your lap right now. But I have to. And return back to the world. And I have to open my eyes and see the reality of this world. But it is wonderful being in the spirit with you when I close my eyes. One day I will write you a poem. Roses are red, violets are blue. I can't live without you. Thank you for tonight. It went well. Pretty much of it, overall, in general. Half of it. I tried my best to control myself. But all honor and glory goes to you, belongs to you. I'm nothing, but I present that to you, Father. If I can do anything for your kingdom, let me know. May your will be done in me. Start with me. May your will start with me, that as it is in heaven. May I be obedient. May I be loyal to you, as it is in heaven. Thank you so much for the food of this day. I was hungry, and you fed me. Thank you for teaching me about Moses last night, and I'll continue to study it tonight. I was hungry, you fed me. I'm tired of walking in the desert. Can we see the promised land now? Can we walk into it now? Is it okay with you? Would you allow this? Would you grant this? I promise you, everything I've told you, I promise you, I will keep those promises. I love you. I pray for my brothers and sisters that are here with us. I pray for those that do not know you, for I love them as well. In the name of your Son, Jesus, by the Holy Spirit, by the power of that blood, I pray to you, amen, amen, amen.
Amen.
Amen, amen, amen. Thank you, Andy. God bless you, my brother. I love you so much.
Yes, sir. That's a two-way street.
Oh, that makes me think I found love on a two-way street. That's a good Motown song. God bless you.
Tuesday, you don't have to sing for 3 hours.
Yeah, I know. And torture people. Oh, if I sang, I'd probably have Snowy yell at me and say, shut up. God bless you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I say goodbye to all of you as well, too, and I leave you with a little dessert, like I always promise you. You remember I told you that there are private banks that our dear friend Aki, who is in charge of one of them right now. Yeah. That long list of all those banks, I'm asking for it now. We'll be the only ones that will supply it when the time comes. And like you learned tonight, Eddie, Mr. Sammy, they will be the first in our whole team. Then my broker. I'm a registered agent with a licensed broker with the United States Treasury and proud of it. If you need currency, dinars, give me a holler. I'll help you. And then you'll find out when you wake up. It'll be on the news. And then I'll talk to you about it on the forum. I told you, I won't be there when it happens. It's only logical. Hope you had a good night. God bless you all. Sweet aloha to you. Oh, I'll see you on the beach, God willing, pretty soon. What do you think? At least I hope so. See you on Tuesday. Oh, you know what? There, I thought I had to refresh. I used to be a Dinar newbie until I watched Frank's UB2B.
With a twinkle in his eyes and God by his side, Frank's teachings reaches far and wide. So whenever I need a dinar fix, I tune into Frank's 26. He's got the latest, greatest news from the streets. Tune in now, tune in here, this is the Dinar beat. Now take it from me, Frank is no rookie. It's okay, Tink, give this man a cookie.
Maybe.
You'll never know what suit he'll be wearing, so I wear my sunglasses because they are so glaring. So whenever I need a dinar fix, I tune into Frank's 26. He's got the latest, greatest news from the streets. Tune in now, tune in here, this is the Dinar beat. Sit up, be patient, and get ready. Frank's got some news from Walking Stick and Eddie. Frank breaks down the news and keeps us straight. Come on, Iraq, can you give us the rate? So whenever I need a dinar fix, I tune into Frank's 26. He's got the latest, greatest news from the streets. Tune in now, tune in here, this is the Dinar beat. Hey, Tink, I need a cookie. Come on, Tink, I deserve some cookies. Cookies, oh, a kiss. Cookies, cookies. Cookie. Come on, Tink, give up the cookies.
God bless you all. Thank you kindly for being with us. I'll see you on Tuesday. Unless we have to see each other before that. Sweet aloha. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Stop it! God, she caught me that. Oh, yeah. Okay, and